But let me know in the live chat if you are in the West, obviously, especially in the UK, US, what you would consider the best decade that you have experienced. Not if you have heard, because obviously I'm the child of 80s, so I don't know. I know of the 70s, but I didn't experience the 70s, for example. So let me know in the live chat, put the decades. I want to see what decade would win as the best overall, the vibe, the experience, your childhood, how things work, prices, the world looking at the hail when you live in Florida. You need some full-size pantry shelter and drinks with umbrellas. The wife is always out in the garden by the pool. I always go straight from the house into the car, into the store. Try not to be out too much. Alright, so we got someone says 80s, another one says 90s. We got 90s, I know it's going to be 90s, 80s, we got a couple more 80s, 60s, I count, yeah, 60s, 60s. A couple of people said 70s, but yeah, by the way, 80s was the fun era. And I would say, I think it's also biased because of your childhood, so for me it's the 1990s. But early 1990s, which is basically mixed with the 80s, late 80s, early 90s. Okay, 80s are coming out, a lot of people say 80s. Yeah, I think 80s is winning. 70s, like this, few people say 70s now. Someone said 1950s. No, not even 50s, 1950s. Specifically, 1950s. This one, 1950s. Amazing. What is there's another comment in our super chat saying, oh my gosh. Yeah, I think the consensus right now is that the 1980s. Because QC, I agree with you 100% with the idea that you can resist the rest is what escalates. I agree with that. The street say is not a place to argue with this, that's my 333 page. So yeah, logically speaking, I always tell people, even if, unless your arrest, the reason for arrest and the way you are being arrested, especially the way you're being arrested, is already aggressive, and you know you've done absolutely nothing wrong, in a very rare situation, try to actually make a point of business. That's the point. To make the police, especially if there are witnesses, that they only primarily when there are witnesses. If it's just you and the police, there's no point in resisting what you do. But yeah, generally resisting is not going to get anything. But the only benefit of it, in this situation for example, is that the story will get bigger and people will be aware of it. But yeah, generally speaking, even if there's nothing wrong, resisting it just becomes pointless. Becomes counterproductive as it's pointless. So you can't really get away with it. They're going to try to pick up, and that's just the rest of it. But in these situations, making a point of resistance would make the police look stupid and make people realize, wait, hang on, what is this story? What's actually happening here? Because if you don't know that, people will think, oh, look, that part of the rest of this is clearly a serial killer, and they just push you away. That's the point of instead of resistance. It's about making a point of it. Don't actually try to fight the police to do it again. It's not just because, well, that's not the right thing to do. It's if you're not going to get anything. What's the point? Because you're going to pull back. So don't fight the police in that sense. Scott says that we are living in a biased United States. They might have told you biased, but they wanted to slap a cop more. Yeah, again, don't do it because they'll pull back. Please get this viral. North Wales 60-year-old arrested for filming new housing in village, social housing, that's been given to asylums. People seeing new furniture being delivered, done in secret. They've done this all the time with what we call in the UK migrant hotel, because that was like a taken over by the government. And the moment they become migrant hotels, we start seeing deliveries, furniture deliveries at like 2 a.m. 3 a.m. to the migrant hotel with brand new furniture. Like, I don't understand. If you have already taken control of the hotel, just why can't they just use the existing furniture will be existing. I don't get it, but apparently it's being done for convenience and comfort. There is a footage of her arrest as well. I'll check it out. I think I'm getting a rash on my chin from dragging that on the floor. This is insanity. How blessed to be in America. Even with this chaos, we're so glad that you and your family are with us now. Yeah, I mean, there's this smiling chaos in America. Again, there are exceptions, and there are certain places like Portland, LA, Minnesota these days. But overall, constitutionally you're protected. If you are born in the United States, you should consider yourself very, very lucky to be pro-anti-Marxist. Yeah, I'm going to step on the fence. Don't watch the Republic UK as you has moved on the police taking a land in handcuffs to have a lot. Over here in the US, you could walk around with a baseball bat with your shoulder all day and nobody would even notice. I've seen some crazy things in Florida, but like it's harmless, so crazy that if you view pictures in Europe, you're like, that's never going to happen. So you're supposed to see the chapter like, well, see it, so they want to stay up with America, and I'm in America, and they tell me it's not America, and they feel that's the new America. And welcome, my friend, to Florida. Florida, USA. If I was in Florida, Orlando here, and in the 80s and 90s were the best. 90s. And the reason for 90s is because you still have the feel of the good old days. There's nothing sweeter, finer, when it's nice and cold. I count my baby closer to me, and collect the kisses that I do me. I love the weather, because I got my love to keep me warm. But they were huge, but cool mobile. Well, they cool mobile, in other words,
when your video loaded, I was the first one in.
Yeah.
It was a minute posted, and I went in and liked it and watched it.
Oh, the new one I just did?
Yeah, the one today was like 6 minutes and 48 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came up and it was like posted. It was like posted 1 minute ago, and I was like, I got the first view and like.
That's great.
That was so funny. Yeah, because I have it on the thing when it pops up.
Yeah.
It was right in my regular feed. I was just going through like this.
I see it down there.
Oh, continue. Oh, because it started another
watching,
one.
Yeah.
This one is. Oh, okay. That's 61 views.
Yeah. 1 hour ago, 60. That's pretty good.
I think it's creepy. I think it's really cool. It's really cool, actually. Do you know who does that for these games? Do they ever like put the designers?
Oh, what, like the, yeah, I watch him. He has a YouTube channel.
Oh.
Gentoy. Yeah.
G-E-N?
Yeah. Yeah, G-N-T-O-I, Gentoy. That's who makes most of these models, yeah.
The weather outside is hot, but the fire is on the light.
Were you getting hungry again?
Yeah.
Like the scarf I'm making?
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's gonna make it probably however much this makes.
If you're curious about the music, it's the last man standing music because when you're the last survivor left, it's called last man standing, and it's where you're highlighted at all times, and you just have to run as fast as you can to get away.
Don't look back.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because that will slow you down. Evacuation mode. Don't look back. Viva! Where's my bumblebee? Christmas music in the background. That actually be kind of cool in some of the games also to start playing it. You know how sometimes they do like music box, like the kids' music box? No!
No!
Frost is by Camp 2. Camp 2 is going to Ben.
Just holding your hand. We're crying along with song of February.
Frost? Frost?
Nice and rosy and comfy, cozy are we. We're snuggled up together like birds of feather would be. Let's take that road before us and sing a chorus of two. Come on, it's lovely, we're free right together with you.
I don't know, it's just good. You're being kind of loud right now. Yo, y'all gotta be quiet.
Here we go. Echolocation. Yeah.
That's pretty cute. Oh! That was horrible.
What's he talking?
I can hear you guys talking. You guys were dead.
Queuing up. And the camera fell down.
Below you.
Glitch. Is that a glitch?
Yeah. Hey, get that off the screen.
What is it?
So, thing,
Oh.
yeah.
It always pops up what's gonna play next.
By the choir,
The LARPing Mind
folks
Poets here.
dressed up like animals. Everybody for turkey.
Yeah.
Let's get some food.
help you make
I'm hungry.
And so the deportation process has begun. More Asians across the United States,
with her
temporary
eyes
protected
all
status is
aglow.
over. We're now getting
We'll
videos of
find it
Asians
hard
being
to
fit with ankle monitors being told, you will soon be deported back to
that
hell. That's right,
sad
according to Geraldo Rivera from the Air he says sending
lots
them
of
home
toys
would be sending them to hell. And I'm thinking, offended.
mother's
We heard from all of
child.
our good friends, Lamar. Now, don't get me wrong, Lamar, you did a great job as Blake. But you wear that shirt.
How to fly. And so I'm offering someone tonight although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas. And so I'm offering someone although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to you.
He wants ramen. Ramen.
मेरे मन तन प्रेम नाम आधार नाम जपी नामो सुख सार मेरे मन तन प्रेम नाम आधार नाम जपी नामो सुख सार नाम जपी नामो सुख सार नाम जपो नाम जपो नाम जपो मेरे साजन सैना नाम जपो नाम जपो नाम जपो मेरे साजन सैना नाम बिना में खबर न कोई बटे भाग्य गुरमुख हर लेना नाम जपो नाम जपो नाम जपो मेरे साजन सैना नाम जपो नाम जपो नाम जपो मेरे साजन सैना नाम जपो नाम जपो नाम जपो मेरे साजन सैना नाम जपो नाम जपो नाम जपो मेरे साजन सैना नाम जपो नाम जपो नाम जपो मेरे साजन सैना नाम बिना नहीं जीविया जाए बड़े भाग गुरमुख हर पाए नाम बिना नहीं जीविया जाए बड़े भाग गुरमुख हर पाए बड़े भाग गुरमुख हर पाए नाम जपो नाम जपो नाम जपो मेरे साजन सैना नाम जपो नाम जपो मुख माया नाम बिना धिक धिक जीवाया नामहीन कालक मुख माया नाम बिना धिक धिक जीवाया नाम बिना धिक धिक जीवाया नाम जपो नाम जपो नाम जपो मेरे साजन सैन नाम जपो नाम जपो नाम जपो मेरे साजन सैन नाम बिना मैं अवर न कोई नाम बिना मैं अवर न कोई बड़े भाग गुरमुख हर नैना बड़े भाग गुरमुख हर नैना नाम जपो नाम जपो मेरे साजन सैना नाम जपो नाम जपो नाम जपो मेरे साजन सैना नाम जपो नाम जपो नाम जपो मेरे साजन सैना नाम जपो नाम जपो मेरे साजन सैना नाम जपो नाम जपो नाम जपो मेरे साजन सैना बड़ा बड़ा हर पाप कर पाया नानक गुरमुख नाम दिवाया बड़ा बड़ा हर पाप कर पाया नानक गुरमुख नाम दिवाया नानक गुरमुख नाम दिवाया नाम जपो नाम जपो नाम जपो मेरे साजन सैना नाम जपो नाम जपो नाम जपो मेरे साजन सैना सतनाम वाहेगुरु सतनाम वाहेगुरु सतनाम वाहेगुरु सतनाम जपो मेरे साजन सैना नाम जपो नाम जपो नाम जपो मेरे साजन सैना नाम बिना मैं अवर न कोई नाम बिना मैं अवर बड़े भाग गुरमुख हर लेना बड़े भाग नाम बिना मैं अवर न कोई नाम बिना मैं अवर बड़े भाग गुरमुख हर लेना बड़े भाग गुरमुख हर लेना नाम जपो नाम जपो नाम जपो मेरे साजिन सैना नाम जपो नाम जपो नाम जपो मेरे साजिन सैना हर हर नाम जपो मेरे मीत हर हर नाम जपो हर हर नाम जपो मेरे मीत निर्मल होए तुम्हारो चीत मन तन की ओ मन तन की सब मिटे बलाए सब मिटे बलाए बलाए मन तन की सब मिटे बलाए दुख अंधेरा सकना जाए नाम जपो
Love me so. Let it go, let it go, let it go.
Let it go, let it flow, let it flow.
Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I'll hate to go out in the storm. But if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. The fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbye. But as long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow, oh, oh, let it snow. We've nowhere to go, so let it snow, oh, oh, let it snow.
It happened in Sun Valley, not so very long ago. Howdy, folks, let's go for a ride. Get your favorite one to sit by your side. Cuddle up in a sleigh, giddy up, belly gray, and away we go.
While you listen to the sleigh bells ring, you're yodeling to your baby. You'll feel nice and warm no matter how cold it may be.
Take a look at little Jack and Jill. They ski down a hill as a snow cloud turn. And look, there's a spill on the hill. When you're down, it's a thrill to go up again. Everybody ought to learn to ski, for that's how we first met.
We were that Jack and Jill that came down a hill. When I looked at you, my heart took a spill on a hill. It's a thrill that I can't forget.
It happened in Sun Valley, not so very long ago.
There were sunbeams in the snow. and a twinkle in your eye. I remember oh so clearly that you nearly passed me by. Then it happened in Sun Valley when you slipped and fell, and so did I. Of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. And may all your Christmases be Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe help to ordered lots of toys and goodies in his sleigh. And every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase for kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas I'll be home for Christmas. You can plan on me. Please have snow and mistletoe and presents on the tree. Christmas Eve will find me where the love light I'll be home for Christmas, if only in my Christmas Eve will find me where the love light I'll be home for Christmas, if only in my Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. Vixen and Blitzen and all his reindeer are pulling on the rein. Bells are ringing, children singing, all is merry and bright. Hang your stocking, say your prayers, 'cause Santa Claus comes tonight. Here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. He's got a bag that is filled with toys for the boys and girls again. Hear those sleigh bells jingle, jangle, what a beautiful sight. Jump in bed, cover up your head, 'cause Santa Claus comes tonight. Santa Claus.
Here comes Santa Claus.
Right down Santa Claus Lane.
He doesn't care if you're rich or poor,
For he loves you just the same.
Santa knows that we're God's children.
That makes everything right.
Fill your hearts with the Christmas cheer.
'Cause Santa Claus comes tonight.
Here comes Santa Claus.
Here comes Santa Claus.
Right down Santa Claus Lane.
He'll come around when the chimes ring out, then it's Christmas morn again.
Peace on earth will come to all if we just follow the line.
Fill your hearts with the Christmas cheer, 'cause Santa Claus comes tonight.
Peace on earth will come to all.
If we just follow the line.
Let's give thanks to the Lord above.
'Cause Santa Claus comes tonight.
'Cause Santa Claus comes tonight.
Let's give thanks to the Lord above. 'Cause Santa Claus comes tonight. Tonight.
Caroling, caroling, now we go. Christmas bells are ringing. Caroling, caroling through the snow. Christmas bells are ringing. Joyous voices, sweet and clear, sing the sad of heart to cheer. Ding dong, ding dong. Christmas bells are ringing. Caroling, caroling through the town, Christmas bells are ringing. Caroling, caroling up and down, Christmas bells are ringing. Mark ye well the song we sing, gladsome tidings now we bring. Ding dong, ding dong, Christmas bells are ringing. Caroling, caroling, now we go. Caroling, caroling through the snow. Joyous voices, sweet and clear, sing the sad of heart to cheer. Ding dong, ding dong, Christmas bells are ringing. Ding dong, ding dong, Christmas bells are ringing. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away is the bluebird, come to stay is a new bird. He sings a love song as we go along, walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow we can build a snow snowman, then pretend that he is Parson Brown. He'll say, are you married? We'll say, no, man, but you can do the job when you're in town. Later on, we'll conspire as we dream by the fire to face unafraid the plans that remain, walking in a winter wonderland. You know Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen. But do you recall the most famous reindeer of all? Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glowed. All of the other reindeers used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer game. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then how the reindeer loved him, as they shouted out with glee, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history.
I'm Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. I got a very shiny nose.
And if you ever saw it, you would even say it glowed.
All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call me names.
They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer game. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, I say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Ho, ho, ho,
Then how the
ho, ho.
reindeer loved me, as they shouted out with glee.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history. On Dasher, on Dancer, on Prancer, on Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Space Cadet, Jezebel. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer.
Snowflakes falling, church bells calling, it's Christmas time again. Fires lighted, kids excited, it's Christmas time again. Now Santa's sleigh is on its way, with candy canes and toys and wonderful things that Santa Claus brings to good little girls and boys. Candle glow and mistletoe, it's Christmas time again. Stockings hung and carols sung, it's Christmas time again. There's the tree to trim, our glasses brim with love and joy and cheer. To all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. trim, our glasses brim with love and joy and cheer. To all, a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Just hear those sleigh bells jingling, ring, ting, tingling too. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Outside the snow is falling and friends are calling you. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Giddy up, let's go. Let's look at the show. We're riding in a wonderland of snow. Giddy up, it's grand. Just holding your hand. We're gliding along with the song of a wintry fairyland. Our cheeks are nice and rosy and comfy cozy are we. We're snuggled up together like two birds of a feather would be. Let's take that road before us and sing a chorus or two. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. There's a birthday party at the home of Farmer Gray. It'll be the perfect ending of a perfect day. We'll be singing the songs we love to sing without a single stop. At the fireplace while we watch the chestnuts pop. Pop, pop, pop. There's a happy feeling nothing in the world can buy. When they pass around the coffee and the pumpkin pie, it'll always be like a picture print among our souvenirs. Those wonderful things are the things we remember all through the years. Just hear those sleigh bells jingling, ring, ting, tingling too. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Let's take that road before us and sing a chorus or two. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride. Lovely weather for a sleigh ride with you. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe help to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh. And every mother's child is
gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you. So I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you. Batman's coming, Batman's coming. You better watch out, you better not cry, better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. He's making a list, he's checking it twice, gonna find out who's naughty and nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping, he knows when you're awake, knows if you've been bad or good, so be good, for goodness sake. You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. Don't mind their P's and Q's. How sad, too bad, they'll wish they had when the old boy blows his fuse. Take my advice, the first thing you know, you will improve your status quo. Keep your conduct steady. He may bring you heady. Hey, Santa! He's a-coming, Santa's coming to town. Frosty the Snowman was a jolly, happy soul, with a corncob pipe and a button nose, and his eyes made out of coal. Frosty the Snowman made the children laugh and play. Were they surprised when before their eyes he came to life that day? There must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found.
For when they placed it on his head, he began to dance around, though Frosty the Snowman was alive as he could be. And the children say he could laugh and play just the same as you and me. Snowman knew the sun was hot that day, so he said, let's run and we'll have fun before I melt away. So down to the village with a broomstick in his hand, running here and there all around the square, saying, catch me if you can. He led them down the streets of town right to a traffic cop, and he only paused a moment when he heard him holler stop. For Frosty the Snowman had to hurry on his way, but he waved goodbye saying, don't you cry, I'll be back again someday. There must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found, for when they placed it on his head, he began to dance around. Oh, Frosty the Snowman was alive as he could be, and the children say he could laugh and play just the same as you and me. Thumpity-thump-thump, thumpity-thump-thump, look at Frosty go. Thumpity-thump-thump, thumpity-thump-thump, over the hills of snow. Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Man, it doesn't show signs of stopping, and I've brought me some corn for popping. The lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I'll hate going out in the storm. But if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm, and the fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbye. But as long as you love me so, let it snow and snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I'll hate going out in the storm. But if you really grab me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. Oh, the fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbye. But as long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Get your favorite one to sit by your side, cuddle up in a sleigh, giddy up, Nellie Gray, and away we go. While you listen to the sleigh bells ring, you're yodeling to your baby. You'll feel nice and warm, no matter how cold it may be. Take a look at little Jack and Jill, they ski down a hill, that's a snow cloud turn, and look, there's a spill on a hill, run you down, it's a thrill to go up again. Everybody ought to learn to ski, for that is how we first met.
Jack and Jill and came down a hill when I looked at you, my
hot, took a spill on a hill. It's a thrill that I can't forget.
It happened in Sun Valley not so very long ago.
There were sunbeams in the snow,
And the twinkle in your eye. I remember, oh so clearly, that you nearly passed me by. Then it happened in Sun Valley, when you slipped and fell, and so did I. It happened in Sun Valley not so very long ago.
there were sunbeams in the snow.
And I fell in love when I saw that twinkle in your eye.
I remember, oh so clearly, that you nearly passed me by. Then it happened in Sun Valley, when you slipped and fell, and so did I.
Now every year we go back and then we recall that fall and that moment when we were there on a hill. So we both take a stroll, Lumberjack and Jill.
Again,
Silver bell, silver bell, it's Christmas time in the city. Ring-a-ling,
ring-a-ling,
hear them ring.
ting-a-ling,
Soon it will be Christmas Day. City sidewalks, busy sidewalks, dressed in holiday style. In the air, there's a feeling of Christmas.
children laughing, people passing, meeting smile after smile, and on every street corner you hear
Silver bell,
silver bell,
silver bell,
silver bell.
it's Christmas time in the city. Ring-a-ling,
Ring-a-ling,
hear them ring.
hear them ring.
Soon it will be Christmas Day.
Strings of street lights, even stoplights, blink a bright red and green as the shoppers rush home with their treasures. Hear the snow crush, see the kids rush. This is Santa's big day, and above all this bustle you hear silver bells.
The corner Santa Claus
Silver bells
is busy now because
it's
Christmas time in the city. Ring-a-ling,
It fills the winter air.
hear them ring.
You hear it everywhere.
Soon it will be
Christmas Day.
City
Silver
sidewalks,
bells,
busy sidewalks, dressed in
silver
holiday style.
bells.
In the
It's
air,
Christmas
there's a
time
feeling
in
of
the
Christmas.
city.
Children laughing,
Ring-a-ling,
people passing, maybe
hear them
smile
ring.
after smile. Very soon it will be that Santa Claus has a face with the nicest grin. He's a jolly old man in the bright red suit and the whiskers on his chin. He brings toys for girls and boys who've been good as they should have been. He's a jolly old man in the bright red suit and the whiskers on his chin. He keeps a page on everyone. He knows who's misbehaved. But for those who are good the whole year round, you should see the gifts he saved. So if you want a pretty doll or a top that will hop and spin, or if you want a sewing set or a wagon to ride in, make sure you're good as you can be and these lovely things you win. From the jolly old man in the bright red suit and the whiskers on his chin.
The jolly old man in the bright red suit and the whiskers on his chin. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong.
He keeps a page on everyone. He knows who's misbehaved. But for those who are good the whole year round, you should see the gifts he saved. So if you want a pretty doll or a top that will hop and spin, or if you want a sewing set or a wagon to ride in, make sure you're good as you can be and these lovely things you win. From the jolly old man in the bright red suit and the whiskers on his chin. The jolly old man in the bright red suit and the whiskers on his chin. With 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 the whiskers on his chin.
Jolly, jolly jingle, just arrived in town. He's gotta get busy right away to make things right for Christmas Day. Jolly, jolly jingle, sweeping up and down. He's keeping the chimneys clean because we're all expecting Santa Claus. He's polishing the snowflake Christmas Eve will bring,
And checking out the sleigh bells to see if they will ring.
jolly, jolly jingle, awfully glad you're here, 'cause you're the Christmas spirit we welcome every year. He's polishing the snowflake Christmas Eve will bring,
And checking out the sleigh bells to see if they will ring.
jolly, jolly jingle, awfully glad you're here, 'cause you're the Christmas spirit we welcome every year. Jolly, jolly jingle, Jack Frost nipping at your nose. Yuletide carols being sung by the choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows about turkey and some mistletoe help to make the season bright. Tiny little tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh. And every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeers really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to you. Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. Run away is the bluebird, here to stay is the new bird. He sings a love song as we go along, walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow we can build a snowman, then pretend that he is Parson Brown. He'll say, are you married? We'll say, no, man. But you can do the job when you're in town. Later on, we'll conspire as we dream by the fire to face unafraid the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland. California by the blue Pacific, the land of Frosty, Lamar, and Pop Hope. You've seen colossal and terrific. They manufacture snow by using soap. But if you still remember old Jack Frost in December, just pack all your duds, hop on a plane, head for Vermont, New Hampshire, or Maine. I'm with you in spirit, 'cause here I'm staying in my California winter wonderland. Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. It doesn't show signs of stopping. We brought some corn for popping. The lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally finally kiss goodnight, how you'll hate going out in the storm. But if you really hold me tight, all the way home you'll be warm. Now the fire is slowly dying, we'd better be goodbye. But as long as we have to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Finally kiss goodnight, how I hate going out in the storm. Well, if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. Now the fire is slowly dying, we'd better be goodbye. But as long as we have to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Connie Haynes expressing her favorite Christmas wish. I'll be home for Christmas. I'll be home for Christmas. You can plan on me. Please have snow and mistletoe and presents on the tree. Christmas Eve will find me where the love light I'll be home for Christmas, if only in my dreams. Christmas Eve will find me where the love light gleams. I'll be home for Christmas, if only in my It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. Take a look in the 5 and 10, glistening once again, with candy canes and silver lanes aglow. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Toys in every store, but the prettiest sight to see is the holly that will be on your own front door. A pair of hopalong boots and a pistol that shoots is the wish of Barney and Ben. Dolls that will talk and will go for a walk is the hope of Janice and Jen. And Mom and Dad can hardly wait for school to start again. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. There's
a tree in the Grand Hotel, one in the park as well, the sturdy kind that doesn't mind the snow. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Soon the bells will start, and the thing that will make them ring is the carol that you sing right within your heart. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Toys in every store, but the prettiest sight to see is the holly that will be on your own front door. Sure, it's Christmas once more. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudy join in any reindeer game. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then how the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee, Rudy the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer game. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide mine sleigh tonight? Then how the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee, Rudy the red-beaked reindeer, you'll go down in history.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe help to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh. And every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you. They know that Santa's on his way.
Rising snow, and who knows what you might see? It's gonna really surprise people. Even more of the twists and turns they've seen in the past. So Mario, thank you for putting up with us.
You know something? I wouldn't want to mess with you. I swear you don't stop fighting. You never stop freaking fighting. You never get tired. It's insane, man, watching you over the decades. It's insane.
I want some of your energy. If people ask me,
I've only been doing 3 years. You've been doing this for decades. Let's not compare. I'll take the compliments, but let's not compare.
the compliments where they're due, Mario. Nobody's as prolific as you. And you're doing a great job.
Although
Thank you.
it's been said
Bye, guys.
many
Brandon will be joining me for the next show.
Merry Christmas to you.
Caroling, caroling, now we go. Christmas bells are ringing. Caroling, caroling through the snow. Christmas bells are ringing. Joyous voices sweet and clear. Sing the sound of heart to cheer. Ding dong, Christmas bells are ringing. Caroling, caroling through the town. Christmas bells are ringing. Caroling, caroling up and down. Christmas bells are ringing. Mark ye well the song we sing. Lots of tidings now we bring. Ding dong, Christmas bells are ringing.
Susan Collins secured $3.6 million to help end federal homelessness.
Following, following yonder star. Christmas bells are ringing. Sing we all this happy morn. Lo, the King on earth is born. Ding dong, Christmas bells are ringing.
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight. Walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away is the bluebird, here to stay.
The victim of a crime. Then all of a sudden they
Sings a
can
love
say,
song as we go
well, they haven't
along.
fixed anything. They haven't arrested any criminals. But they get to get going. They joke in the stats. It's all on purpose, yes.
They pretend that he is Parson Brown. He'll say, I am married with an old man.
And yes, I have wondered, me calling on the telephone, you're not seeing me, and I was saying, hey, this Asian guy just rammed into my car on the freeway, please send an officer. I wonder if they thought I was being a racist by not being able to appropriately identify me as an Asian, saying, hey, this guy could look like my grandfather and get in the vehicle. But then again, why should it even matter to the 911 operator if I'm Asian or not? The guy's Asian, it's a descriptor, but that's what we are in modern day America. Didn't they ban bags? I wouldn't be surprised if they banned plastic shopping bags, and that's why they have this here. on what we're looking at right now. Oh, he's going to jail. Here's the thing, is like, if he just handed the bat over, like if the cop said, hey, that's illegal, hand it over, I wonder if he resisted. If he said, hey, look, it's in the packaging, what do you want me to do with it? Didn't resist, would he not be going in the back of a paddy wagon right now? Plenty of resources for this. Plenty of resources for this, despite the fact that most all commerce is gone. Businesses aren't there anymore. I wonder if there's a lot of crime in this area, but for some reason they're focused on a very peaceful guy that's just gonna go home and play some baseball. Yeah, you got a license for that, mate, because if you don't know, in the UK, you're not allowed to watch television unless you have a license for your television. That's what they are in the UK. You give up your two-way, or you never had two-way in the first place. Very quickly do you need a license to watch TV. Very quickly can you no longer purchase sporting goods. Because I think, what was it, Dick's Sporting Goods used to have two-way too. I think it's for hunting. It's a job, yes, but also it's for recreation. But since criminals several states over have done horrendous things with it, now you no longer get the privilege to express your Second Amendment right. It's an annual license for television. That makes sense because they just need to nickel and dime you. Like, as somebody that on decoyboys.com, I don't recommend it anymore. I haven't updated that website in a very long time, but I've sold merchandise on there. The Tin Boiled Beanie was my bestseller. I got a decoy mug somewhere, the Trump mug somewhere. But whenever I sell something in the UK, they tax you guys, since we my vendor as manufacturers in Europe, you guys get taxed like 90% more than if I sold something in like Florida. And it's really bewildering to me at the idea that it's the same product, but apparently they just need to fund all their socialist initiatives. That now my Tin Boiled Beanie is twice the price of where you guys. 22%, which is crazy. Some parts of Southern California would be like 5%, and then you drive down to Santa Monica, and then it was like 10.75%. It's like, there's nothing different between a beach city way up north, like an hour and a half north, than there is Santa Monica. But Santa Monica has like all those needles for junkies and crack pipes for idiots programs. You need to qualify to be a television watcher? Exactly, that's how bad it is. That's how much the UK has lost their freedom. Yeah, you're a blue-collar factory worker, you pay 50% income taxes. I wouldn't be surprised because, sad to say, I'm always desperate to find business expenses in this job. I mean, just doing stuff like, oh, let me go research and talk about something on my podcast. Let me have real-life experience, because I very easily can be a guy that just rots inside my room, watches my television, watches YouTube, comes in here, works, plays some PlayStation, get some Uber Eats, and then just knock out, and then the next day is the same exact thing. Trying to go out there and do stuff and make business expenses, because yes, anything that I don't spend, I pretty much get taxed at 50%, and it's disgusting. What disqualifies you from being able to watch television? Probably watching the wrong television. Hey, what's going on here? Why is the guy got a giant baseball bat crayon? Just get with it, man. Just ignore it. I feel like it's one of those things where if you just watch me for long enough, you won't even notice the pencil bat. It'll just be a thing that's always been there, and then you're too afraid to ask why it's there. Like when I was in a college class for so long, I didn't even remember what the professor's name was, and I was like, it's too late now for me to ask them their name. I just had to kind of keep my head down and say, what up, teach? Like, when is the final?
It's not that far-fetched.
Bats have unlimited ammo. I mean, not when you're old. You get tired and it's you get fatigued very quickly. But very quickly, we got to talk about this 7.4 magnitude quake that has eliminated at least 11 in Western Colombia. They say struck near San Jose del Palmar, Chaco, early Monday, killing at least 111. This is probably an hour ago when I brought this up, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's more. But I'm always afraid to watch more of these videos, because if you see this one, Thank God it didn't play. In the first couple of seconds of this balcony smashes everybody there. I wouldn't be surprised if these 4 individuals cowering next to this building are already gone because of that balcony falling on them. We can't watch this on any platform, but I would say is, in my experience of just working like building security, the minimum safe distance from a building that has structural damage is always 1.5 the height. Especially next to wires, you need to be even further to be safe. If ever you see a giant earthquake and there's structural damage to the earthquake, at least 1.5 the height of the building, away of the building, or else you are going to be perishing in the collapse as well. But you see stuff like this. 7.4, it's crazy. Nightmare stuff, yeah. All the birds taken off. I would say this is coward. Yeah, even the birds are tripping. Like, they don't know where to go. They don't know where to land. And I forgot what other country just had massive earthquakes. I think it was like they had 2 back-to-back equal. There was no foreshock or aftershock. It was basically 2 of the same earthquakes back-to-back. Buenos Aires? Probably. No, I think it was Japan. Yeah. Straight up just collapsed down there. And also, a lot of people don't realize that most of these buildings are going to be a bit older. The asbestos, the chemicals inside there, if you're in the thing, you can't be there. You're going to get cancer in the next 10 years. Like all of the, what do you call them? The people in 9/11, there is out there, the first responders, there it is. They were getting crazy rare forms of cancer later on. Now, one thing, chat, let me know what you think about this, because I appreciate the fact this video was done, but I also question why you're taking a selfie. He's brave to be doing this.
What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight.
But yo, I mean, you're really taking a selfie video while this is happening? I feel like that's not very
Jingle bell, jingle bell.
Spanish Nick Shirley.
All the way.
I know. It's instinct. It is instinct for a lot of people nowadays to pull out their selfie camera, because it's one thing to film what's happening, but he's filming himself. You always question the person who's recording an event and still helping. What the heck are they doing? Well, there's nothing you can do. You're not Spider-Man. He's not stopping this building from collapsing. He's just under there trying to survive. But it is a very bizarre thing of, like, me being a millennial, took my nieces to a concert, and I'm filming a bit of the concert. But then my nieces, it's weird. It's a Gen Z thing. They will film themselves rocking out and singing along to the songs, and it's like very, very weird, like generational thing. Like, don't you want to remember the concert? But it's more like, no, I want to post everybody that I was at the concert. And it's like, so is this like a Gen Z thing? Like, if I was there, I'd be filming the destruction, but the younger generation's like, yo, I was there, guys. Here's the proof. This is like, instead of getting an instead of getting an autograph to have something to commemorate you saw somebody, this is a selfie to say I was there. And I was like, I feel bad for this guy. We're not making fun of him, but I was just wondering where you guys sat with the whole seeing a terrible natural disaster and you filmed it yourself. I don't know. But again, more of these buildings collapsing. What is the likelihood that this and the recent Venezuela quakes were caused naturally? I mean, could it be fracking? Could it be new technology of how we start wars? And this is like when the CIA put some aerosol in the air to test chemicals on a population, so we did it to our own people in San Francisco. And they're like, okay, well, let's just test out our new earthquake technology in the event we actually have a World War III. How about we or World War 111, according to some Democrats. But in the event we have a World War III, how about we test out some of our earthquake technology? I mean, I'd say that's a nasty conspiracy theory that laughs off what's actually happening to these victims. But at this point in time, with like the alien disclosures, I wouldn't be surprised. And like what they used when they went into Venezuela, the beam that just made them all sick. Like they didn't have to even fire rounds at them. They put some discombobulator beam on them, and the guys were just like unable to move and throwing up. That's where we are right now. Yeah, I mean, we can make rain clouds now. Why couldn't we do this? Kind of scary stuff. Both areas on continental plate boundaries. Yeah, I'm sure this is natural. It does collapse, but then again, you don't want to run the risk over there. Lots of destruction. Probably billions of dollars of damage. I'm guessing there's gonna be far more than 111. This is how it always goes. Like 111 have perished, but then 10,000 missing, and eventually those numbers get a little bit closer. Where they'll find a couple people, lucky survivors in the rubble, but most of the people missing are going to be gone. And it's sad. You say Russia has earthquake bombs. The French have verified it. I mean, I don't trust anybody on anything, but saying 111 gone, 87 injured, 1,500 homes damaged, dozens of homes destroyed, 61 buildings damaged, many people trapped. It's gonna keep on getting worse. Yeah, people are blaming Trump. I wouldn't be surprised at this point in time. Now here's the weird thing. I can't find verification of this, but they say eruptive pulse around the Parache? I don't know. In Colombia, the volcano located in this department of Alca recorded a new and significant pulse of instability characterized by strong explosion of ash, visible emissions, and sulfuric gas from several kilometers around. I'm seeing a lot of this where there's different angles of this earthquake erupting. If I typed in Colombia volcano, all I got was powerful earthquake sparks evacuation, so it's just about the volcano, but maybe, okay, yeah, so they have, no, that's not it. Yeah, they still don't have any information on whether or not there's actually volcanoes erupting right now, which is kind of tragic and sad at the same time. I don't think, Colombia would be considered third world or developing nation, but I don't think without the mass assistance from what is likely going to be America. And I'm not complaining about all tax dollars going to save them. This is a worthy cause, but they're going to be put back, not decades, years in terms of stability. It is a third world, yeah, third world. Third world nation's not going to fare well on a massive 7.2 earthquake. It's going to be bad for a long time. Oh yeah, Colombia is a third world building. A third world country. It's corrupted their little building standards, and that's the one thing I would always be irritated about. Like people like Hassan going to China, essentially giving them propaganda puff pieces. Look how amazing these lights are, and look how amazing these these buildings and these drones and technology. It's like, yeah, because they've cut all the red tape. Like, have you seen how the horrendous endings of people in their buildings because there's no building codes, or very weak building codes, or corrupt building inspectors? Like, there's a reason they can build all these things pretty nice, because they're the prototypically Chinese products with Chinese craftsmanship. Yeah, they do a really good job of manufacturing, but sometimes they're cutting corners. America first, this is their problem, but I mean, if we can, without corruption, I would like to, but I don't have high hopes that we can do it without corruption. I wonder if much of Asmon's viewers are here since SAG is down. Very little. I don't have that much overlap, and I think people that watch Asmon Gold, they take the day off. If he's taking the day off, they take the day off too. Yeah, building codes are a good thing until they're misused. I think my family was trying to build something recently on their property, but there was just random ass like inspectors that were conflicting as to, oh, we need to run this water line. Well, you need a T-bar. Okay. next building inspector coming over here. Oh no, you don't need. There can be no T-bar. It has to be a direct line. So you got to dig this up and have a new path that doesn't have the T-bar. And the other inspector's saying, well, I'm not going to permit it until you have the T-bar. They're the one saying, I'm not going to permit it until you need this thing. It's like, okay, well, you guys are basically telling me the city's not going to allow me to make this construction. Because you guys are both giving me conflicting information that's going to make this impossible to build and get both your signatures off it. But that's how building codes in corrupt areas can be. Because I can almost guarantee it, if I was somebody in the political sphere, you could probably get somebody just to rubber stamp your building permits. But if you're a filthy peasant, they're always going to stop you. And I have a bad. Should I be arrested? Probably in the UK. No. The UK would probably arrest me for my YouTube channel because as soon as I covered the which one did I cover? It wasn't the R Gang report. That was more recent. It was a riot involving something. I forget. But right after I did that video, their chief of police says, "Oh, there's American influencers stoking the flame of racialism, so they have to know that they can be extradited and we can still prosecute you here." And it's like, good fucking luck, guys. Yeah, kickbacks. I don't think it's kickbacks. I think it's just the just like how American corporations have an HR department that is largely useless. So the HR department has to make more issues and make more guidelines that pretty much justifies their existence and their employment. If the company's running smooth and we don't have to do diversity and equity training, we don't have to have racial quotas and whatever it is, the company can run smoothly. We don't need 5 HR ladies or 500 employees. But if all of a sudden they can say, hey, whenever somebody says something unsatisfactory to somebody else, we need to open up a report. We need to have a report with their direct superior, the other person's direct superior. We have a mediation thing. Then we're going to talk to them together. Then we're going to loop in legal. I'm going to make up the calendar appointments. We're going to have a teleconference first, then an in-person. Like, they're just making up problems to justify their existence. And I think the same thing over there. They're not necessarily needed, but the more they enforce random stuff, the more they can say, oh, that's why you guys have us. That's why we're here, man. Our HR departments can solve all these problems. Not sad to say, but what's coming in the very near future is HR departments are getting just terminated everywhere for AI. AI can handle most of it. I think in the tail end of when I worked in corporate America, they started implementing Workday. And I don't know how many of you guys here have had to deal with Workday, which is supposed to be a supplemental HR person. Like, oh, you don't need an HR person to hire people to screen them. You just have Workday now. And Workday was fucking terrible. It never did what you needed it to do. And you needed an HR employee to pretty much teach you how to operate Workday. It's the worst UX design I've seen in my life. But apparently, AI can fix that. Yeah, everybody uniformly in chat right now hates Workday. Workday's not great. I just remember, hey, I just want to hire this guy. The interview was great. Let's just fast track and let me close the position. They're like, no. You still have to satiate all your other applicants. And then when you push this guy through, then he's got to get his social. And once you have all that, then call me and I'm going to push that through. And I was like, before Workday, all I did is say, hey man, you're hired. Come in on this day. And I'm going to we're going to Xerox your social, your ID. And I'm going to input you in the system. I just hand it to HR and it's done. Like, you guys are just making problems to solve. And therein lies the problem. The person that should be firing these useless HR representatives or other useless HR representatives. There are DoD companies that use freaking Workday. I wouldn't be surprised because somebody's getting taken advantage of up top. Like, if someone has sold you on Workday, it's like, yeah, use it over here, not knowing how bad it is, then it's like the marketing girls, the salespeople for Workday must be like James O'Keefe's employees level of attractive. Yeah, no, it's bad. If Workday is that bad, guys. But the only thing bad is as useless HR employees, is useless congresswoman, because you have AOC out there now essentially denouncing woke one, as they're calling it, I guess.
They've abolished prisons, abolished police, which are also positions that have been taken by a lot of the progressive. They've abolished prisons, abolished police, which are also positions that have been taken by a lot of the progressive candidates who have won.
This was all, defund the police was like Biden's official campaign strategy, and everybody was using it. For them to try to discard it now means they think you're stupid.
How do you get around that?
Yeah.
These are not positions that are supported by...
Right. I mean, I think that a lot of these races, even right now, they'll have a tendency to be nationalized.
Yeah.
But these races ultimately are local, and all politics are local. My understanding is that Francesca Hong has made clear her present stances to.
No, she hasn't. She's going back and forth. How many times does she go back and forth on Thanksgiving being her favorite holiday, or a holiday that brings in a lot of pain and generational trauma? She doesn't have a point. She just has what they all have: windsock politics. They don't care where their stance is. They're just gonna go the way the wind blows because they want power. Windsock politics. That's why they're trying to ditch woke one, while simultaneously ushering in woke two. They don't care what it is. They just need to know where the wind is blowing before they can make their statement. Governor Gavin Newscam do the same damn thing while he's trying to transition from governor to presidential candidate.
She's moved away from a lot.
Right, she's moved away from it.
Oh, I wonder why.
I have a local city councilman that has this saying woke one was crazy.
Everything we sold you on, we didn't deliver on. But isn't it funny that we're just ditching the voters that got us in office because of that? Because now we realize we can get more voters by wanting the opposite.
It's crazy. Okay, that's
and I think
they've abolished prisons.
Isn't it funny? Isn't it funny? But the sad thing is, though, it's like May's saying, it's all a game. These people are such frauds.
Privilege to be woken up to this. You know, if you never knew this was an issue before.
And the funny part is, remember Kamala Harris being on an interview saying, doesn't matter, you just need to be more woke. Doesn't matter if you're less woke or more woke, just be more woke. She couldn't define what it was. It's just bumper sticker politics.
And now you're realizing it now, you know, there's a huge privilege in that. We're having a hearing right now, and it's about that the federal government is too woke. This is what this whole term woke means. Or diversity and inclusion, so that the people who work in our federal workforce are actually proportional to the people that live in this country. Woke one was crazy.
These people are crazy. I can't believe who was puppeting these people talking. And it is sad because a lot of people want to like AOC because she was bucking against the trend. She was the new progressive person. Honestly, this isn't even a bad thing. I think she's there because, one, she was casted, but two, she's there because she's the most conventionally attractive of all the Democrat politicians. Kind of sad, but that's where you are in the world. Somebody better looking is going to get more attention. But the idea is, she's just parroting all the talking points, doesn't care what they are, but just blowing with the wind. Because, yes, this was her pandering to it and then denouncing it, but this is how bad it was at one point in time.
Every night I would come home and the only thing that would help me disconnect and unplugged was watching Drag Race.
Wow.
That was the thing that I did every single night, and to be in this moment is just so humbling and amazing.
So I really wonder if she likes it, go nuts as an adult, love all this content, whatever. But I wonder if she's now saying, woke one was crazy, we gotta ditch that. Is she now going to go against this because it's not necessarily the LGBT movement was very, very at the forefront of the Democrats' agenda, and now that we're starting to see things like, hey, a lot of America doesn't want trans athletes in women's sports. You can be for it, you can be against it, but are they going to take their windsock politics and say, the wind's blowing the other way now, so she dare not pander to this group because it's going to cost me an election? I don't really think that they have morals and virtues. I think they just have a lust for power. Because here they are talking about Hassan Piker and Abdul Mohammed Saeed, because the crazy part is, the guy's running for, I think, Senate in Michigan. they get very, very upset when you call him Abdul Muhammad El Said when that's his name. It's not a bad thing, but apparently they are ashamed of his faith, I guess. I don't know.
Another person who's been made an issue is Hassan Piker, who obviously endorsed Abdul Sayed in Michigan. You've been on his live stream, at least a few times. He's somebody who said, that America deserved 9/11. Now he's backed off from that.
Yes.
No, he hasn't backed off. Here we go. We got ABC essentially running propaganda for it. He has not backed off from saying America deserved 9/11. That's not out of context. It is something he said, and now he's postering on his wall. So instead of having a Pokemon, a Funko Pop, some Dodger memorabilia, he has something about 9/11. The newspaper article on 9/12. Kind of sounds like he's for terror. But you guys are now trying to say, okay, look, we're going to premise it saying, hey, he did this thing, but we're also going to give you a softball and say, no, it's taken out of context, guys.
But he said a lot of controversial things. Yes. Is he somebody that should have a role in the progressive movement going forward?
I think when we look at our elections that have happened, we have lost young people. Much hay was made about the fact that we lost young men in the last election.
Young men of color. I'll keep on saying this because not enough people know about it. Between the election between Trump and Hillary, and Trump and Biden, whether or not you believe Trump was cheated, whatever, that's aside from the fact. But the huge losses that Trump had, that the Democrats had, were in black males, Hispanic males, and Asian males. It doesn't mean that Trump got a majority of black males voting for him, but they lost huge percentage points between his first election against Hillary and the second election against Biden. Essentially, the only place that Biden had a huge swing for him was with, I think it was even unwed, but it was white, college-educated woman. That's the only place they made strides in, which is like, okay, you can't alienate the rest of America to essentially pander to one extremely far-left group. But the idea is, they're not even admitting or being honest. Like, oh, we lost young people. It's like, no, we lost young people, but the largest amount of people you lost were young people of color, even though you guys are allegedly for them or championing them.
And many of the same consultants that are wringing their hands today were the same ones talking about how we need to go on Joe Rogan and we need to be not so, willing to engage in cancel culture. And I think that
fundamentally don't understand it. It's not about going on Joe Rogan. It's not about not canceling people. It's about actually providing something for the average American, as opposed to saying, I know you've been on EBT food stamps and you get X amount of dollars. We're going to give immigrants 10 times the amount on their EBT card. I know that you've been trying to get, affordable housing, and we don't have enough affordable housing places. I know we got a lot of homeless people out there, but let's go ahead and import 20 million extra people in your community. Fundamental misunderstanding. That's not how you represent your average American voter. Then they turn around and say, oh, maybe Kamala should have gone on Joe Rogan. Her not going on Joe Rogan wasn't the problem. It was the fact that she couldn't go on Joe Rogan without hurting the campaign. Fundamental misunderstanding why people get in the voting booths. But again, if all you do is pander to harvested ballots, you don't gotta campaign. You don't have to serve the American people. And I think this is becoming more and more apparent.
The flip-flopping on this is a tactical debate that they may be having. I think the fact of the matter is that Democrats can go on Joe Rogan, Democrats can go on Fox News,
They can't even go on Bill Maher, a Democrat-run talk show. You can't even go on the slightest amount of scrutiny. Remember when Charlie Kirk went on Governor Gavin Newsom's podcast? I don't know why a fucking governor needs a podcast, but when Charlie Kirk goes on there and tells him to his face, the reason you guys can't go on long-form conversations is because you can't do the masculine thing of going into a several-hour-long conversation with somebody with a dialogue back and forth and saying, this is why I believe the things I believe, and here's how they stand up to scrutiny. They fundamentally can't do it because it's bumper sticker politics. Bumper sticker thin. I just have my phrasing. BLM. BLM thus Marxist communism or something, or ending the nuclear family. These things don't connect, but unless you have just the bumper sticker and you can't, they never have the opportunity to question it, it can never survive without it, or it can never survive in an open discussion.
Have a responsibility to build a winning coalition, and young people are engaging in mediums and conversations that we have a responsibility to attend to. And
young people are having conversations beyond the hug box that is Democrat propaganda. If we can't ban all the opposite thinkers on Facebook, on Reddit, and on Twitter, our ideas can't survive with young people is not the thing you want to openly admit.
Be responsive to. And even right now, when we look at this insurgent wave of what is happening, oftentimes
what does this have to
people
do
are
with
doing
sun?
that Monday morning quarterbacking and what demographics voted where. The big one that's being ignored is the generational tidal wave, the tsunami. And millennials are not, punk kids anymore.
Yeah.
We're grown adults with mortgages and kids.
That's where you're wrong, though. A lot of millennials don't have kids. A lot of millennials don't own property because the cost of things. Now, the party that's supposed to be there that has been pretty much unilaterally in command for however many of the, Trump was in office for 4 years, and then the Democrats are in office for 12 years, and then they're campaigning against Trump's ideals. When it's like, well, you guys run stuff. The reason things are expensive is because of your party. People are saying, oh yeah, we're older, we have more responsibility. Most of us don't have it, and that's why we're so furious at the Democrat Party. But you say, oh, what does this have to do with Hassan? It's just, they don't want to alienate anybody from the party. Like, they want to be big tent. We're trying to be a big tent party and include Assad, even though he's been essentially been pro 9/11 attack, pro attacks on other countries, unwilling to denounce Hamas, actively covers up the S crimes on October 7th. Like, he is somebody that is very clearly pro-terror all across the planet. They do not want to alienate Hassan because they want his access to young people. That's it. So now, Big Tent has somehow become a policy of include terrorism because we are too afraid of losing elections. It's sick, but then she's not the only person saying it.
But as you know, I've been in this Big Tent party probably longer than most people, and I can tell you we're having the same kind of growing pains I saw on the Republican side, whether it was through the Tea Party in 2010, the activists who helped to bring about the MAGA movement.
With all due respect, and to my friend Donna, there's nothing like, you can't draw any equivalence between the Tea Party movement and the socialists. For one, the Tea Party folks weren't trying to bring about the downfall of Western civilization.
The DSA has openly said that too.
Abolish the police, abolish ICE, abolish borders, abolish the Senate, abolish the Constitution. There was nothing like this in the Republican Party. So it's an extreme political ideology that is gaining traction. The Democrat leadership has lost control. They know it. And people like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Hong in Wisconsin, Abdul El-Sayed in Michigan. You talk about the Big Tent. The Democrat Jewish Attorney General of Michigan cannot even go to her party's nominating convention because she says, I won't be safe there because of the supporters of Abdul El-Sayed. You can't draw any equivalence between what happened in the Republican Party with the resurgence of patriot conservatives versus these anti-American radicals.
Yeah. So I was trying to accidentally ban somebody and unban them right there. But yeah, they keep on trying to include everybody, even if it's somebody against American rights. Or not American rights, American values. But yeah, even Bernie Sanders is saying it.
To give you an example, one of the more controversial ones is that Piper has said America deserved 9/11. Are you comfortable with that?
And exactly. Even the Democrats, ABC, MSDNC, or MS Now, whatever it's called, CNN, they're coming after you for endorsing or letting Hassan endorse your party. You know it's going to be a bigger problem because outside your far-left, terminally online Twitch viewers that consume Hassan Piker's content, most people aren't okay with that. That's why they're trying to run that El Said guy, but they're afraid of his enemy, the Republican running against him, using his full name, Mohammed El Said. Again, you should not be ashamed of your heritage, your religion, or anything like that. But as you saw with stuff like, what was it, Shapiro, where Kamala Harris's better candidate for VP was Shapiro. But because they run so much stuff against his religion and where he's from, they had to go with weird-ass Tim Walz instead. They had to essentially sabotage their own campaign because their party is so intolerant of certain ethnicities and certain religions. The idea they want to run this guy for Senate, but they're ashamed of people knowing who he is or his origins is quite frankly pathetic in my opinion. But they still have to coexist with a guy that supported terror essentially.
Association?
No, I am not. I think that's a dumb statement. On the other hand, he has a whole lot of followers and there's a lot of things that he's saying that are making sense to a lot of people.
Oh, he's made a dumb statement like saying we deserve 9/11, but then again, I need his followers. This is disgusting. This is like all the people that are like lesser than Twitch streamers that want to collaborate with him, get on his show because it's like, hey look, I know he's probably electrocuting his dog, and there's plenty of footage of him actually abusing his other dog before that is mysteriously gone now. But wouldn't it be nice for me to get some FaceTime on a podcast or a live stream with 40,000 concurrents? Let me just go away and throw out my morals and ethics because I need their viewership. It's disgusting, but even my analogies seem far-fetched, but it's really not. They're grifting on him. The Democrats in office and up-and-coming live streamers are equally pathetic in this scenario.
I think, we have to get above cancel culture. When you're doing radio...
Cancel culture is like when Sydney Sweeney does a ad and says, my eyes are blue, my jeans are blue. That's the way I like it, or I'm messing it up, whatever. Canceling her for that. Or Gordon Hayward, Boston Celtics, his wife gives money to I think it was a Trump campaign, a long time ago. Trying to cancel him for that. Making him wear an education reform name on his jersey. Very bizarre times. That's cancellation. You being pro-Hamas and you platforming a literal pirate on your show and giving him a softball interview and trying to make him more relatable when he's doing terrible things overseas, that's not some guy said some things. This is a guy that is an active proponent of terror. Not proponent of terror, I'm misphrasing that. Endorser? I don't know. He's pro-terror, essentially.
But if there's any good news out of this...
But this is all okay because we need to get access to young people.
Whatever they do, podcast 3 hours a day. You say dumb things. I suspect if you go back over your career, there may be one or two things that you said.
I've said some stupid things. Just a couple of seconds ago, I lost my train of thought. I stumbled, stuttered, whatever. I said a lot of stupid things, but I never slipped and accidentally, I got kind of confused in my thoughts when I'm making a point and I'm trying to loop around to the original idea, that I accidentally say thousands of Americans perishing was a good thing. Literally standing up for a terrorist sympathizer. There's a word.
May have regretted. But I think what we have got to do is look at the totality of where people are coming from and go forward.
So when someone like James Carville says he doesn't want to be in the same political party as Hassan Piker, which one are you going to take?
No, that's not much of a choice. If Mr. Carville doesn't want to be in my party, the party that I belong to, that Piker, that Syed belongs to, he can start his own party. But I think we need a big tent, and I think people like Piker should be welcome into that, certainly.
Yeah, because it's not a problem. Like someone talked about Graham Plattner. Isn't he the guy that had the Nazi tattoo, if I'm not mistaken? Again, Trump is a fascist. He's a Nazi, all this stuff. But then when we have the Azov Battalion and we're giving money to him, we're being pro-Ukraine war, directly funding neo-Nazis, that's quite alright. When I think it's Plattner, right? It's like a guy has a Nazi tattoo on his chest and he's had it for a long time and has a long history of doing terrible things too. He's totally fine. We're the big tent party, which again is proving they actually don't have values or virtues. They just have a lust for power. But again, AOC, a part of the Democrat Socialist America.
The New York City chapter.
The New York City chapter. Are you still a member of Democratic Socialists of America?
Of the New York City chapter.
The New York City chapter, not the national. And what's the difference?
So every DSA chapter is formed locally.
Yeah.
And so the New York City DSA chapter, those are folks that you know. It's kind of like your local union chapter.
I thought you were Big Tent here.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So, because are you still a
That's the
member?
thing is, I agree with the whole the concept of not joining a large party. It's essentially like joining a gang, where it's like, if I kept on saying, hey guys, I'm just throwing this out there. I'm a pool partier. I love Tim Pool and Tim Cass. I'm a pool party guy. There's gonna be a lot of stuff in that network that I'm gonna agree with, and a lot of stuff in his network that I'm gonna disagree with. I'm never going to try to label myself something that is beyond my control, because I don't want to get looped up in if they have suddenly have some extreme idea somewhere. She wants to do that, but then again, she can't survive without at least having that socialist asterisk next to her name, because they need that. And it's sad because she's probably trying to avoid this. We had somebody from the DSA co-chair. I wonder if it's a New York co-chair, but they say, what do you mean by taxing millionaires?
I believe in taxing the hell out of millionaires, yeah. Absolutely.
Taxing the hell out of millionaires.
Well, what does taxing the hell out of them mean?
Yeah, I don't have like a solid, but I think
this is worse than when you have like some college-age liberal protesting something like, oh, overturn Roe v. Wade, and someone says, okay, you're in California, or reinstate Roe v. Wade, you're in California. What rights have you lost since the Supreme Court reverses? I don't know, but I'm here protesting. It's like, it's one thing when you're an idiot college student saying you're protesting something you don't know why. It's another thing if you were the co-chair of this political movement and you don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
Shouldn't you?
Yeah, you should.
I mean, if you're the co-chair of the DSA, shouldn't you be more specific than just taxing the hell out of somebody? What exactly do you mean?
so. Again, it's democracy, right? And we have to look at what we need to spend.
Wait. He said, tax the hell out of millionaires. Okay, cool. You don't like rich people. What does it mean? And her answer is, it's democracy, Democracy. Taxing millionaires is democracy.
What we need. We don't want to depend on the existence of millionaires, because that means people are still getting exploited. So yeah, we need to look at what we need to pay for in the interim, what sort of tax base we need for that to happen, and then
look at all this stuff that she's enjoying because of exploiting workers. Like, I imagine she gets a nice little salary sitting in her air-conditioned room, being the chair of a political movement, in front of a Blue Yeti microphone, which is like a very, very fairly priced. Everybody that started content creation, you want this microphone because it's only $100, but it gives you excellent quality. I think, shoe on head, 4 million subscriber YouTube channel, 1 million views minimum per video. Still uses a Blue Yeti microphone because it's amazing. I think you are getting far more value out of that $100 microphone than the $100 price tag. That means that somewhere in China, somewhere in Taiwan, the Philippines, wherever it's manufactured, somebody's getting exploited. No tears for that. Whatever this pair of sunglasses is, no tears for that. I think we even genuinely have the same pair of podcasting, it looks like it, the same pair of podcasting headphones. And again, this is like the Bear Dynamic. This is a very cheap pair of, I think they're called backless earphones, where it's like you don't get fatigue wearing them. Somebody was being exploited in the supply chain, whether it's making the material for it, the plastics, constructing it, sending it over. Not everybody was a DSA millionaire in the chain of production for you to be on this show, and yet it's only the millionaires to blame.
In Chicago, 6 hurt.
Yeah. But again, she doesn't want to be attached to them because they can be idiots, even though I think she's an idiot as well. But leave it to the idiot Democrat talking heads that say, AOC's a moderate.
I mean, she is now compared to the real core DSA wing, like the far left stuff, like the Daria Lee.
If AOC's a moderate and there's a farther left than that, the Democrat Party is cooked. They're cooked.
That AOC is like a moderate Dem on a comparative basis.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
She's very good, and Republicans, I'm not saying voters, but her relationships with Republicans on the Hill, I think, is one of her most under-discussed and most important qualities. People genuinely like her.
At an elementary school.
They're writing fan fiction.
Chicago.
She's well beloved by the Republicans in D.C. Literal fan fiction. But that's what they need. They need a Game of Thrones-esque fantasy to make her the helm, to put her on the helm of the Democrat Party. Just forget the fact that she was cast for the role of Congresswoman and then she came to a casting call. Just forget that, guys.
And I think
super
it's
interesting. I
good.
didn't know that.
Yeah, like listen to Tim Burchett, for instance, like super conservative representative, loves AOC. You cannot get him to say a bad word about her. So
Maybe because they're polite and they're not gonna trash the other people from the other party as like fascists or Nazis. Just because you guys are scumbags and you don't mind saying Trump and people adjacent to Trump are the most evil things in the world, even knowing the psychos from your side on multiple occasions take up arms and try to end them. You know you guys are stoking the flames of violence amongst your party to be dished out at Republicans. Just because Republicans, by and large, are unwilling to villainize you at the same level so people don't do dangerous things to you, doesn't mean that they love you. It just means they still have a air of civility.
You know,
That's really powerful. There's no doubt about it. She's a remarkable talent.
Yeah,
she's a remarkable talent.
I think it was Tim Pool said, if you replaced any of AOC's talking points with a 50-year-old overweight white woman, would anybody care? And you don't want to oversimplify someone just by their looks alone. But sad to say, they have kind of a point. If you don't put it behind this actress right here, the person that was cast, literally cast to play a role, if it's not coming from her face, I don't think anybody cares. Again, they're literally bending over backwards writing fanfiction for her because that's how desperate they are. They gotta be so big tent they include terror. That's where we are. But then you have Fox News showing how bad it is.
They were actually on the plus side of it. They were actually in positive territory at plus 1 point. Look now in 2026. We're not just talking down there underneath the Potomac. We're talking down there with the Titanic. We're talking 24 points underwater. And this is just the party.
And that's why they need to give mass amnesty to illegals to vote for them, saying, hey, we gave you citizenship, you vote for us or you're going home. That's their only move right now.
Overall, this isn't the congressional leadership. This is the party. The party. It's just a terrible, terrible, terrible brand.
If the Democrats are down 24, I want to know how much, like, Bernie and Kamala Harris are down.
Terrible.
Terrible. I want to almost hit my Charles Barkley. Terrible, terrible. I can't even do a Charles Barkley. But the bottom line is terrible. Absolutely terrible. What I love, I know.
Okay, yeah, but that was more for the CNN guy. He's actually, sad to say, just because he tells it how it is, I feel like he's more based than most people on CNN. Even a lot of the guys on Fox News. If you're telling me the truth, I'm a fan of you, even though you are in a dying media being replaced by weird guys with pencil bats on stream, just kind of going on rants and not having a slightest clue of what's really going on in the world. But their desperation of saying we need to be big tent, we can even include Hassan because we're pulling so terribly with young people. We don't mind, it's an okay thing. He said some bad things, he supported terror. But we really like his 40,000 concurrent live viewers. I wonder how big the bubble's gonna be in terms of them having him in the circle if he's ever on the outs with Twitch. Remember, he briefly live streamed on YouTube and had astronomical numbers. Of course, your first day on a different platform, your number's gonna be huge. But my guess is some of that viewership was botted. And whether he did it himself or somebody else did it, I'm just guessing right now. But I'm guessing a large amount of that viewership on YouTube was botted. And YouTube punishes you much, much more severely for having botted views than, say, a Twitch stream or a Twitch platform because you're like their marquee talent on there. That's why he stopped live streaming on YouTube, because you get the first strike, you're gonna get another strike. You don't want to have your viewership reflect what your actual viewership is, so he stopped live streaming over there. If there's a bubble one day where he gets banned on Twitch and he's forced to go to another platform and you get a better realistic view of how much of an impact he actually is, I'm gonna guess that a lot of these big Democrats are suddenly gonna say, no, you know what, the 9/11 comments were too much, we're ditching him now. You're saying talent question mark? Yes, because here's the thing. Even though I think he has bad takes, I think he's a good representation of how stupid the these super progressive leftists become. You don't want to silence these people. You don't want to ban them everywhere. You want to know what they really think and what they really listen to, because you want to know what you're up against. And the idea is, if they had a lot of good talking points and they were very, very clever with how they want to fix America, that'd be one thing. But if they're out there saying, "Hey, Kaya, please," and a dog yelps in the background, it's like, no, guys, I was grabbing a zit. Oh, no, guys, that was a collar that didn't have the prongs on it. No, guys, it's the electric version, clearly in the video, but it's the vibrate-only mode. Like, if that's what you're dealing with, you will have a very clear picture into, we're not actually arguing with adults here. We're arguing with imbeciles, and then you know that you can't really have rational dialogue with them because they're too far gone. They just think Trump bad, they get their talking points to parrots, and they move on.
Custodians able to have guns in Chicago school. We're talking about lovers.
It never silence your enemy when they're making a mistake. Exactly, because sad to say, like racism. Racism is bad. I don't want it around me, but if somebody wants to go on a racist rant about Asians on the internet, I don't think they should be banned everywhere. I think we should be able to see their face, their name, and exactly who they are. Like, okay, yeah, you're racist. I know that you're a bad person. Now we're going to avoid you. But if you ban them, you're stuffing the racism deep within.
Like
they're still going to be racist, probably if not more racist than they were before.
Well, they have kind of
now
those systems in
we
place,
can't identify them. I think that's a worse outcome.
Yeah, to not implement the capabilities that we have. So many people, like how many years? This goes back, the early 2000s.
Asmongold Gold banned on Twitch. Yeah, we covered. I mean, he
it's
released
insane.
a video about why he was
they
banned
like
and how he
threw
doesn't
a
even know.
fit. A lot of them, the same psychos that don't want to acknowledge the concerns with vaccines and SSRIs who freak out. Why do they freak out though? We see a lot of them and why they freak out.
They've done it to you.
And where they get
Asians
that stuff from. It's being peddled to them
when I
by
was like
slimy
bouncing around an old company that I was
businessmen
in, I inherited a team of guys where one of them, like, older guy.
Oh yeah, they tell those people that are in those positions within healthcare,
I got demoted during
education,
downsizing, I think.
and they know
but
that's
I got
going to
there.
piss
I was
off
pretty
the
much
people,
younger than all the guys I was
and
in
they're
charge
just
of.
doing what they were told.
The guy like took me to the side. There was like saying goodbye. We're having like we went to a bar together.
It's so
at the very
sad.
End. And he said,
Yeah,
you know
it
what?
really is
Just to
when
be
you
honest with you,
try to comprehend.
I wasn't excited about you
the
being my
on-call
boss.
responders.
He was like
So
older
a
white
lot
guy.
of people,
He's like, I've
they
seen you
can
around
have
from like
that.
other locations, and I was like, who's this kid? How is he gonna be my leader or whatever? But I
Right,
was
well,
wrong
over
about
the years, you have people that used to do that,
I usually
and
don't
they
like
would
anybody
use
other than the whites, but Asians are alright
CB
now. And I was like,
radios and things like that.
thanks. Like, why
There
are you telling
were
me that
some
you're just
volunteer
essentially
departments too, where if
an
they
openly
needed
racist
extra
person
people for
that didn't want me to be your
search and
boss
rescue
because I was not a
missions,
white guy.
you got
And
put
then
on the
as I'm
list,
leaving,
kind of
like,
like
you
a
know what?
donor list.
I didn't like you because you colored, but
Right, I mean,
now
obviously if
everything's
people are
okay.
going to show up and you put out bulletins, but bulletins sometimes, for some things you want.
if you have a
more of
smaller wrench, you could take a piece of paper or a thin cloth and take the mold with a wrench socket. I probably could do that. That's actually smart. I always knew that you could take toothpicks and like put the thing in there, like
Right.
hammer toothpicks and do it. It's just I don't even.
No,
have
I see what
stuff
you're
I
saying.
need.
I wasn't trying to speak over you. So.
I just know when I had light skin decoy hair, we were trying to fix the other one. We did, but I don't remember where I got the tool from.
I just did. Wasn't trying to. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
I think I got this tool from like an IKEA set. That's like fixed everything for a long time.
I'm
No, I
not.
don't have
No,
anything.
I'm
Over and over in Chicago.
not. Laugh and say that you were only
They're
kidding.
asking for federal aid because of the shootings.
Don't
that-
think so.
Shootings that have been occurring in Chicago over and over.
Oh, I'm having a
Jerry's
discussion
murdered
with
him, you change his
myself.
life, good on you. No.
We don't
no,
always
no,
agree
no.
with each other.
I'm still entirely positive that he has like bad.
Don't you ever disagree
bad,
with yourself or
thoughts about
have
other
like
races.
a?
I don't think I ever changed him. I think it was just one of those
What do they
things of
call
like
that?
he's too old to change his ways. But once he met
You
me,
have to
he was like,
decipher
okay,
things.
not all of them. Like you're never beating racism by letting them say you're one of the good ones because they still have a negative.
It's almost like a battle with yourself sometimes.
Of the other ones. So it's like I don't think I got through to him.
I
just
don't know.
think
I don't
he's
want to know what I feel like doing.
a little bit less.
I want to go
no,
do
not
something.
even a little bit less.
Or I
just,
feel like eating. I'm
We didn't fix
hungry,
them,
but I
guys.
don't
We
know
didn't
what I
fix
want. How many times have you heard that? I'm hungry, but I don't know what I want. I'm hungry, but I don't know what I want. Okay. Am I supposed to throw out suggestions?
At the end, but you say, is there some
Give
way to
me,
get
like,
the
are
music
you
playlist in the background?
in the mood
I
for
kind of thought
something
about it because everybody's been asking
sweet,
about, like, hey, what's the
savory,
song in
hot,
5 minutes? It's
cold,
all just music that I had produced by
breakfasty,
Suno.
lunch? I have
I
no
guess I could
clue.
just make like a side channel. It's like, oh, here's all the songs, and I like they have names, but it's like Peanut Jar Rain, Peanut Jar Swing, Rainy Peanuts, Shadows and Smoke, Peanut Butter Swing. And if you guys don't know, I was trying to get it to do
right.
Weather
so,
Channel
situations like
jazz with like a Peanuts
It got to the
piano,
point,
like
so
from
where
a cartoon.
it
And now I just think
became
it's all peanut butter stuff.
more
Weird, but
regulated.
it worked. It worked, guys.
And no matter which way you go with it, you have
Smooth
people
jazz,
that get
elevator
upset
music.
and
Yeah, no,
complain.
but you know what?
It's just
Once
a way
I
of keeping
realized the
checks and
vibe I was
balances.
going for
You have to
was
be able to have
90s
a
Weather
vetting
Channel, and if
system.
you remember back
and
in the
sometimes
day,
people can
turning
get
on the Weather
offended
Channel,
and
and
think
it was
that
like just vibes like this.
you're trying to stop citizens or people from.
This was like the perfect vibe.
Yeah, I
to,
mean,
like,
it's a
in
great
a,
example,
in
actually.
In a show.
Right, so OCR, like on-call
Squirrels
responders.
jazzing in the
Yeah, I see
background. Yeah,
what
it's pretty
you're
cool. That's
going
a
with that.
another YouTuber
Yeah, there's
I met at
a whole bunch of
like an
stuff we
official
could touch
YouTube
base
event.
on there.
He does a 3D printing.
Just
you know,
over the
actually become a
years,
cat clown,
different-
and he printed me out
different things.
Jazz Squirtle, or the leader of the Squirtle Squad, Jazz. Weather Channel got you through your master's program.
Right, so
exactly.
let's
It's
say
the
right
ultimate vibes. I
now-
think, like even if I pull up my YouTube default
There's a
page, like if I just log into
huge-
YouTube, don't click nothing. Actually,
I'm
no.
trying to think of something that
Typically,
would be a
it's
call for
this
that.
stuff. Gotham, late jazz
a
music, but
building
then now it has
collapsed.
Tectone. It has some guy doing DJ stuff. I think I watched one video like this, and it wasn't that good, but now it's still popping up. And then How to Look More Handsome, a Miru short, something watches,
It was an
and then
oil
Golden
spill.
Eye. So this my algorithm isn't exactly what I thought it was, but it's typically just a lot of just background jazzy music. But back in the day, we didn't have YouTube like that. We just had the Weather Channel.
Wow.
Yeah, Tectone made it through the algo. I think Tectone is really good at like not falling off, but like saying, oh, his views dip, and then he does something on the back end, and his viewership skyrockets, and it's like that's what makes a good YouTuber, content creator great, is your ability to ride out the rough patches, because it's gonna be up, it's gonna be down. You just
Yeah,
want
we've
it to
had
be
people
trending up as you're going up and down,
that
and that
have
genuinely
worked
takes skill.
in
Like you
law
know, the
enforcement
meta that was
and
good 6 months ago is
also
dead now. So
done
figuring out what
firefighter
works and
volunteering.
going with it
Hey,
is
man,
hard.
Dylan, how are you? Nice to see you. I didn't work today. I'm in pain. At least you're keeping us informed and entertained. Well, from Amanda, Patty, and Jackson. Well, Jackson, I said hello.
Right, so you have some people that have
Tech
worked
has
within
thick skin and a
those
talent for riling
fields.
people up, and that's the one thing that I've always tried
We
to
have some that have
avoid,
been
because that's just not me.
paramedics
Like,
and cops.
I'm sure
Sometimes
you can
cops
rip your
become
way
paramedics,
into
and sometimes
being the bad
paramedics
guy, or
become
you can rip your
cops.
way into being the
I know, it's funny.
the two-way guy. But if you're not genuinely that person off camera, and that's how you feel about stuff,
Yeah, that
somebody's
is.
gonna find incongruence somewhere in there and be like, hey, he's faking it. Like he's not actually that person, and
Right,
they'll realize it's a grift.
Those are good kind of
I know like other
wanderers
YouTube channels say, hey, lean
to
into the
have
drama between like
on
me and Johnny Somali. And I'm like, well, I'm not the guy that
the
just wants to go back and
lists
forth with somebody.
in your
That's not
community.
essentially how I want to live my life. And I think I can
In your
probably try to
community.
ride the wave. Like I think some people, like what is it, the Pegasus guy does a Hassan Piker video like every single day or every single week. I try to say, hey, look, I'll cover Asmongold, I'll cover Hassan.
They're on call
Maybe once a
kind
week
of
because I don't want to get stuck in the drama rut.
lists.
Like if you look at
How is it a custodian?
if you look at I think my viewership, if we just go on the thing.
For his protection? Did he have it in a store?
Yeah,
And
so
we
they
go to
can
Decaf
kind of bounce
Decoy.
around. and be on call.
My most watched content.
Right, I mean, you
is
think
gonna
of the
be
scene of an
As the Golden
accident.
90.
Sometimes, yeah, I mean,
A sign with
it's
100.
just nice. Citizens sometimes will step in, just
040,
having extra
Brent with
hands.
100.
Hey, you want to hold this for me? Oh, get
Okay,
this
I did something
tourniquet
at
on.
90K. This is a LA no-go
Right.
zones.
Or you notice that sometimes too, so many people want to
That's probably my
help.
most
Sometimes
watched
they have to
video.
tell them back away
And it has been
just for
golden 100.
whatever
Like,
safety.
I very easily could make myself a
I try
handsome
to
little
want to keep
salary
helping
and probably
sometimes,
rebound my
especially when
channel
it comes
if I
to.
became the Aspen
Oh, that's a
Gold
good
React
example.
Hour.
Yeah,
That's
the other day we were
that's
just
no way
watching
to
the
live
one
your
with that
life,
lady,
in my
the
opinion.
3-year-old
I'm
got
forceful
stabbed at
with this, guys.
Walmart.
Like I
Yeah,
said,
citizens were helping,
I'm
and there
not
were people. One lady, they had to tell,
I'm
okay,
76 years old,
that's
guys.
enough. Like, she was trying to help,
You said,
but yeah, the little boy
someone said
didn't
Brett
make
has
it.
what's something jump cuts. I
3
think
years
I
old
think I
got
sent it on my
stabbed at a
end.
Walmart right in the shopping cart. Some crazy
I was
lady
so
just ran
surprised
up,
when I
stabbed
watched
the mother,
Brett
and
Cooper's
stabbed
video on
him.
my
She
channel.
lived,
I like
but
Brett
the little
Cooper,
boy
and I
died.
highly
How
recommend
horrible.
if she's ever in your town doing a live show, go to her live show. She is a
Yeah.
generational talent in terms of
I mean, you
commentary.
just-
She's
what
just
the
as good
fuck,
live
right?
with no computer, no like screens, no nothing, just off the cuff. She's exactly
Yeah, and these
how she is on
every
her show.
of these cases where we're like,
Someone
what the
saying, "Oh,
fuck?
Brett Cooper, you gotta watch her on like
Yeah, it's
0.75x,
you
so
look
she
at the
talks too
history,
fast."
look
I'm
at the
like,
people
why would you ever watch
who they've
me
been working with,
and complain about somebody else
medications.
talking fast?
It's just over and over and
If
over
anything,
again.
at
It's
least
so
when they
fucking
speak fast,
sickening
there's like a
and sad.
cadence
Do you
to
hear
it,
the
and
anger
it
coming
never
out of
stops.
me?
Me,
Does
I'm
that
like
make
this.
me a mean,
I'm like
angry person, or am I just responding?
Kid learning how to drive stick shift.
Right, and why? I mean, it
bumper to bumper
shouldn't come
traffic.
out.
Like I just can't.
Should I
like,
be at
I talk really
peace?
fast and I go slow. Talk really fast and go slow.
Should I
Like,
be
just,
at peace?
I don't have a good.
Because I am at
vibe to how I
peace.
speak, and it's like the Christopher Walken in me.
Does
But
that mean I can't show emotion? It seems
Why
like
do
a
you
lot of
complain
these
about her, but
people
not
that
me? I
have become enlightened and gone into fucking rehab that they paid a lot of money for, somebody did.
They should watch XQC. I've heard he talks kind of like me too.
Fuck.
I've seen a clip of him and seen that. Wait.
Yeah,
Aspen
you
Gold,
have
2 weeks-
no
2
idea
weeks
how
suspension for Aspen Gold.
disgusting
But honestly, I bet you
and
they'll-
gross. And it's so
they'll cut
sad
that
because
down.
then
That
you
seems like an
have the
automated thing
people
where they knock
that
them
wanted
down
to
for
get
2
knocked
weeks.
over,
Fire me a
right?
week.
Because, I mean,
Look at
they
that.
banged pretty good. A lot of people profited from
Yeah, that's it.
those things.
He said
So the
Decoy does a
ones
good job
that
repping the non-gamer record
got
deals.
really
And I play games a little
railroaded, they
bit,
kind of,
but not to the level of all these other guys. Like,
well, that's going to happen to
I
some of
realized
them.
the reason some
As
of
though
these
they
people
were
get
just
strained for
lucky
8
and
hours
made
at a
some
time
kind of
is
cut,
because, yeah, it's a little
and
bit of
others
commentary
just
and
didn't
nonstop
have
interaction with you guys
the
over here,
gusto
but
or what it took.
it's mainly
Right, I think a lot of them do
2 hours
understand
commentary.
that. So when
Or
we
no,
talk like this,
2 hours
you know
commentary,
what's
1
sad
hour watching
is the
YouTube,
ones
like
that
kinda
shouldn't
and then 4
feel
hours of gaming. That's
any
much
shame at all are usually the ones that hear it, because yeah, the ones that don't care and the criminals, they don't even hear us really.
Why is Hassan not banned yet? Because the TOS violations he does are in line with what the leaders of Twitch believe in. It's kind of scary.
Right.
But
So how sad is it
not necessarily
that the people who have no accountability in these cases, in these communities where these punks have been taking advantage of what they've been profiting from too. See how it gets confusing? And how the punks abusing and fucking these kids are the same ones feeding them a lot of their stories, drugs, child and animal pornography, for investigative reasons. Right, and I mean too, if it's getting tossed around so much, do you remember what Officer Grady said down in Florida? And all those microchips? What the fuck? Right, so when you understand that, I'm sure these kind of people who sadly feel shame, because I'm telling you, we've talked to a lot of people over the years, just like them and them and them and them, just like these two we're listening to right now. We've talked to many of them over the years. There's so many, just like there's many me's, and I know myself very well.
We've had that with Tiffany, Kaban.
Yeah, we've talked to many of them, and yeah, they know. They know that.
Wait, they're saying openly
That's what's sad, and it's almost like, just like you know, and we know.
Might be a bit of a
What are you
stretch
gonna
for
do
him to
about
say
it?
that, but it's like, you know,
It's
minorities
hostage
vote identity,
situations
whites
just
vote
with
ideology.
different
They know what they use,
things.
and that's the sad thing
When you
is
consider
they
some
do
people's
know
babies
that
and
they
children
do
are their
vote
business.
identity. They don't care who's the new.
Oh, that's my baby.
Seattle police. It has to be a black
Right,
man,
their
even though they don't
car.
represent
That's my
the
baby.
of
Don't
Seattle residents. It's just they want one of theirs in there because, like with the what is it, the Carmelo Anthony trial, they thought a lot of people thought if they could just get a black juror on his trial.
It's your bread and butter.
They were going to let him off free. They weren't going to convict him of murder just because they stand with their own. Kind of disgusting.
Your prized
The sad part is
possession.
trying to say, hey, we're going to get you to vote for us based
Right,
on
so we've
ideology.
talked to many of these
accomplished nothing.
people
Remember,
over the
Fast
years
and Free
that do the
buses
investigations.
Was like the cornerstone of his campaign.
All the
And the funny part
occupations,
is, when you go to
healthcare
these
workers,
type of
dear
Fast and Free
Lord.
buses, aside from the
Did
AI
you
slot,
look up
they
Dr.
say,
Bernard
Mayor
Raxlin?
McDonough and Governor
And what
Hochul
he went
unveil a
through in
historic plan. And the first sentence right
2017,
here
just
is,
look it up.
Fast
In
bus
2006, we had the
changed
pleasure
on
of meeting Dr.
And the
Bernard
Fast and Free
Raxlin and
buses
was a
had
patient of
already
his.
changed the headline to unveil historic plan to build the fastest and best bus system in New York City history. If they can't even deliver on Fast and Free buses,
Right, so that is what should be talked about. A lot of them
why would
get
you ever
it.
think they could deliver on something like, what was it?
Do you understand what we're talking about? So, what is a bacterial overload?
Or free childcare.
And why are some overloads called different things? Like mad cow
Independent
disease,
estimate is $9 billion a year
or
for
chicken
universal
pox,
childcare. Guess what he said
or
it was?
Lyme
Gonna be $5 to
disease,
$6 billion a year, so it's 40%
malaria.
The key word here, folks, is estimate. Okay, remember the runaway train, train to nowhere in California? I think it's somewhere like
Yellow
30 times
fever,
overestimate. They've got enough track to go from me to you.
dengue.
These numbers are scary. This is an estimate. To your point, it was almost half of that just a few months ago.
This is never going to happen. The free buses, people are getting on the bus.
We're already starting to see the recreation of Governor Gavin Newsom's
Right, it's supposed to be. It's
billion-dollar
supposed to be
bullet train
projectile.
rail to nowhere. They don't ever enter
Whoa!
building it.
Yeah, I love it when
Promise
people
you
like,
this thing. It's
you
very
know,
simple.
you're being
You
kind of
vote for it.
projectile.
He doesn't deliver.
It's
He
like,
says,
no,
you know,
really?
all we need is just a little more capital, a little more your votes, a little more your money.
How about passive
And then we'll do it.
aggressive?
They say, okay, well, all you have is a foot of rail. What did we get with all money? They say, well, you know, it was a jobs initiative. We made 10,000
What
jobs
a
in the
narcissist!
we don't,
Fucking
we're voting for
fascist!
jobs. We're voting for
Goddamn
progress.
commies! Fucking
If they keep on getting away with it, they're going to keep on implementing this garbage policy.
They're not paying because they think it's
Siskel and
started already.
Ebert all day long.
Can't
Aren't
afford
they
not
great?
to charge.
Fucking
Independent
Beavis and
$1.1 billion,
Butthead.
it would bankrupt the system. Don't expect the free
Where's
buses.
Will? Where's Will?
It would just be an absolute unmitigated nightmare. And again, it's you know what this whole thing is, Brian?
Hey, Starbucks is on sale. I hadn't had a coffee in a few days, and I just had one, so if you're wondering why I'm acting a little impaired.
He's got to fail for people to realize this.
I'm not, though. I'm not.
They're going to be
right, I'm not
epic
impaired.
fails. That's my prediction. But
They just had to get a bailout from the state, and they chalked it up to a win. Oh, we balanced the budget in New York. No, you got a state bailout. And what's the first thing they did?
You know, don't be
How we
jealous.
spend more than
We're
the
just
money we
very
just got bailed out
sensitive.
with.
We're something called hypersensitive.
Today's
Yeah, we've always kind of been that way.
Calling them out for not having fast and free buses.
Some people call it a curse, some people call it a blessing. I don't call it anything.
Going out there in New York
Can't
City
we just
and saying,
fucking
this is the actual
fuck?
childcare
No, I didn't
they're
mean
providing
that.
you out there
Fucking
with your
damn it.
hard-earned tax dollars to give it to anybody.
Zora Mandani is starting a new pilot program here in New York City. He is saying,
That's
bring
a
your
Freudian
children to the
slip.
park and we will watch them for free. In the 5 boroughs,
I do not want a horrendous crime to happen to one of these kids.
So
But
anyways,
it's
the
a ticking time
Starbucks
bomb
is on
when something
sale.
happens to somebody there under the care of these unknown individuals, these unknown city workers, probably not getting criminal background checks because it's Mom Donnie. These city workers to watch your kid in a park with pretty much no supervision over them.
said around 500 children can come to these different locations and the parents can go and have a date
Fuck
night.
off.
He's even saying
Can
you
you
might
just fuck
feed your
off?
children while they're at the park. Here in New York City, hiring a babysitter can cost anywhere from $30 to $50 an hour. So he wants
You always
parents to
gotta
have
take
the
it there,
opportunity
don't you?
to go and spend 4 hours without their children.
They don't call
and
you
the
the
government
ass man
officials
for
at the
nothing.
park are going to watch their children. We're not sure.
Yeah.
Who are
500
you
is a lot of
talking
kids to
to?
watch at the park, so if it costs you
I'm talking to
50 bucks an
class.
hour to watch one kid, are you really getting
And
500
me
times
and
or
a
maybe they got 2
moderator
or 4 babysitters
are
let's say
having a
5
conversation
babysitters, or even 50 babysitters at $50
with a few
an
other
hour.
moderators.
I'm not gonna do the math right there, it's too much for me, but
And class is listening
are you really gonna get a 10
to our
times
conversation.
better babysitter
And
through
then,
the government, or are you going to get the
right
most
now, they take
unstrained
notes.
person
They like to take
working for a
notes
fraction
with
of the
paper
wages
and pen.
that doesn't care about it, because you know
It's
a
their
babysitter's like an
time
independent contractor.
to
They want to have a
exercise
good
that
relationship
right
with the kid, the
and
parents, so they can
ability.
get hired next
They don't
time.
want to lose it.
Probably, like,
There's
get
some
word of mouth
people, they
to
don't
the
even learn
other
how to
neighborhood
write, they're
kids, face
forgetting
them as
to.
well. If
Their
you're a government
fingers are
worker, essentially like a
shaped.
DMV worker, the kid starves, the kid's getting gladiator fights, so the kids
It looks like
come
they're
up
holding
missing.
a phone.
Why would you
And
care
there's no
because your
phone
salary
in
is
their
guaranteed?
hand.
You are going to get the worst, most dangerous
Yeah, like
version
remember
of
when you used to stick your tongue
and
out and they say your face is gonna get stuck like that? Well, now your fingers are stuck like that.
waiting to happen. I don't want to be able to say I told you so, but I think it's
Carpal
coming very
tunnel?
quickly.
You gotta have surgery?
Who the babysitters will be, but they're going to be funded by Madani.
I know, it's,
Many people are
you know, it's
saying
like they
there's
almost
no
want
way
you
on
to
earth they
need
would bring their
surgery.
children to a random park in the city and let
Why?
Would refuse.
Do they
Bad
want you
parents
drugged
are gonna
up?
jump at this.
It
And then
seems
you're
like
gonna
they
see,
do,
how
don't
come
they?
there's a disparity
I
between
think
the
they
rich
do.
kids
I
and the
think
poor
those
kids? It's like, okay,
motherfuckers
maybe the
look
rich
for
kids
reasons.
read their kid a story and get them a home
You know, I've seen it so
maybe the
much
poor kids
growing
get
up
dropped off the park
and over
for,
the
like,
years with
DMV
people.
employees to kinda
I've done
keep
these
tabs on
classes
them
for a
at
long
10 p.m.
time. Yeah, we actually get a lot of people in the classes
well, this is a great way to indoctrinate
who had
children.
issues
Others
with
are
that
saying
kind of
Zora
stuff.
Madani's trying to do something nice for the parents here in New York City.
Pretty
Would
bad.
you ever drop
Actually,
your children
pretty
off
bad.
at a park and have random people watch them?
I think this is like
Pretty
this
bad.
isn't necessarily
Yeah, really
Mom Donnie
bad.
trying to do
Like,
something
really
for the parents.
bad.
I think it's Mom Donnie trying to have
Yeah,
a
like the
semblance
ones
of
that are
delivering
totally
on a campaign
fucked, dude.
promise. Universal
That,
free child care,
evil,
whatever.
like levels
And
of
what is the
evil.
cheapest version of that? Not having a building
And what they've
that has
been
to
doing
fu-
with
that has to pass
children.
building codes and employing people
And
to
the
be there all the
fuckery.
time. How about we have a public park that we already own, and then
And they're playing this.
cameras,
No,
don't have that
no,
activities.
that's
You
what
just put 'em
CDC
out
said.
there
No,
and
that's
have
not
the
what the teacher said. Oh, no, I thought we were doing this. No, this is what we're.
person to watch
And
over
they're
them. This is
using
just
that
like trying
as
to say
justification
socialism in action. You
to
don't
the
get- your
bullshit
life
they've
isn't
been
more
doing
like
with their
Elon Musk
children
with nannies
and
and
medicating
state-of-the-art preschools. Your life is more like
so then they can tell the story of how their child had to heal from all that and what the systems put them through. They had to come off of SSRIs. I know they're 13. They're coming off of 6 years of SSRIs.
So everyone is aware, this is not an ongoing program.
Can you believe they did that to my daughter?
something to campaign on.
What? Was it mandated? Yeah, it was, and it actually it is, isn't it? In some cases,
only, why is that the parameters?
like the vaccines, and if you don't, then they'll take your children and say you're a bad mother.
A summertime job at some restaurant. It was not. It was in America, but wasn't.
Some
like
of them were
American
using
food,
that as an
but they're like, well, we're
excuse.
specifically looking.
Well, that's what I
for
thought.
kids. I think it was like, I don't know what the word.
I thought if I went
but it was
against
like
the doctor's
16 to 18 years old only,
recommendations,
girls only, and it was like.
that I'd be deemed a bad parent. Like that one, and that one, and that one. And have my kids taken and be put in horrible foster care, and maybe killed and sat on by a fat lady who doesn't like marijuana. And no, the fucked up part is that's actually true. A 12-year-old boy who got taken out of a good fucking home and placed into a decent foster home. And then when they saw that dude, I think this wasn't that the one, and when they saw that dude wasn't gonna go along with medicating them and was more of a natural, took him from that home and placed him into the home of a fat, weed-hating bitch who fucking sat on him and killed him. So anyways, proper authorities here in Augusta, Maine, you need to wake the fuck up and address the facts and concerns here with our children and the abuse that they've already been through, and how that's been fed out to a lot of these loops and groups. Karen, non-vaxxer, bully, keep an eye on this one, that one. I mean, we know. That's how it's always been for us. But how the motherfuckers around here chose to jump on board with a lot of the fucking criminals, the nasty fucking people. You know who you are. I'd pack your fucking shit and go. Sell your businesses and get the fuck out of here. Downtowners, you know who the fuck you are. Get the fuck out. And the proper authorities need to address what's going on here. This is beyond criminal and fraud and insane abuse, what these people have been doing. Report the facts. We don't even gotta talk about the abuse or talk to those sick fucking people. We need to address the facts and concerns with the vaccines and the overprescribing of SSRIs and the fucking and torturing of our children. The abuse that these punks get away with people like us. Because you hate us so much, you know, and you love us so much too, don't you? You sick fucking nasty pieces of shit. We're gonna go make our second Starbucks. Because we're goddamn addicts, aren't we? Are we addicts? Well, you know, we all have our pleasures, huh? Some are addicted to different things. It's like being crazy. But, you know, I don't consider it an addiction if it's something I could go without and not, like, freak out and have withdrawals. Which happens with a lot of prescription drugs. And alcohol. Yeah, that's right. You watched the Hunter Biden interview earlier? Yeah, I thought so.
And the fact that he's doing it with a smile on his face and he's just maintaining composure lets you know this isn't the first time it's happened to him. Me going somewhere and saying, oh, hey,
right, so just so anybody listening, yeah, 2008, 9, and 10, what we dealt with the Main Parent Federation, we told them they were being Hitlerian because they didn't want to address the facts and concerns with vaccines. And when you look at what Kennedy and them were involved in at that time and how people got targeted, and his wife died of a suicide, drug overdose, 2012. Same year I told these fucking punks they weren't going to get away with what they were getting away with, and you'll see that's this around the same time as Buddy's scattered. You can't deny it, and this is the shit that needs to be addressed, news people. It's all documented. What are you fucking scared of? We know what you're scared of. We know the activist friends and the children and their children and their children's children that you think you're fucking protecting by not exposing this shit, you nasty fucking cunts. You sick fucking pieces of shit. We know the activist fucking people you're connected to. We know Tucker, his wife, Rogan, his wife, Dollywood, Maxwell. How many fucking days do we have to do this shit? Huh? How many days are we on now? I think it's about 11,111. Fuckers. Proper authorities need to wake the fuck up here in Augusta, Maine and address this shit. Do you understand me? Do you understand? It's going to keep coming at you. You think we've been doing it 11,111 days? This very, very speech about the same fucking abuse and the same fucking issues that need to be addressed, and you can't hear other people going, what the fuck, when are they going to address this? Health experts all over the world, you nasty fucking people.
He's done this before. If you are the one that's there arresting him, well, thanks for the crime stuff anonymous, Dad.
News people, you need to address this shit and stop protecting your buddies and their nasty fucking entitled, spoiled brat fucking children, over-medicated, alcoholic fucking nasty people. No offense to anybody that likes to enjoy some wine, don't feel like, or be ashamed. You know, isn't it sad? It's kind of like the same thing with gay people and races. They make immigrants, people, white and blacks, feel uncomfortable with the rhetoric when you understand, like, the Bible Belt stuff. You sick fucking people, man. And it's the same fucking activist groups and pieces of shit peddling the child and animal abuse and targeting people. It's helping to cover up some shit and get snitches out of the way, huh? The people that have already been killed in horrific ways, and how they just fucking sit back, eyeballing each other, not saying anything, is what's disturbing to us. And it has been for a long time. 2017, when we went to Canada, we were already beyond sickened by it. Right, so a lot of these things and what happened is what needs to be addressed. Yeah, you have the names and numbers. And let me tell you, news people, it's not a joke when I tell you the radicals and good forces that have the same understandings that we do. Yeah, trust me, they get to their breaking points. You're not safe. And you're putting other people in danger by not addressing the facts. The National Guard is going to be showing up at your door.
Well, it's a simple proposition. An independent board.
Hi, my name is...
Weigh all the evidence and fairly consider the data. Instead, perverted the process at the mayor's behest.
And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the man who died and gave that right to me. And I'll gladly stand up next to you.
It's not a fucking joke. They need to address the facts and concerns here. Enough's enough, ladies and gentlemen. You gonna make another coffee? What are you doing? I gotta follow the dot, hold on. Not that fast.
Chapter 42, verse 6. So the greater part of this book is poetry. That's why the book falls in the category of the poetry section of the Bible. It is mainly poetry. Now the second little technical comment.
Too cloudy,
Job's
a little
outburst, get this, is not prompted mainly because of physical suffering. It's prompted because he's lost touch with God. It's a major difference. He is miserable because he's lost his best friend. How close he had been with God when he got married to Mrs. Job. How happy their relationship was, meaning his and God's, as the first of the few children were conceived, and as the babies were born, and as these 7 boys and 3 girls filled their home with laughter. How near God seemed to him. You know how a Declaration of Independence, how it works. It doesn't work that way, and they're not smart. They have no aptitude. They have nothing going, and they're telling us how to run our country. And I just don't think it's going to happen. I think that they start off, now I may be wrong, you know, they start off with a big disadvantage. People don't want to have radical lunatics involved in running our country, and that's what we have. We have people that are saying things that are so great. Now they're denying it, or they say, well, I've changed my mind. They want to defund our police. They want to terminate our military. No military. We don't want any military in our country. We don't want our police to be paid anymore. They want our police down to like almost nothing. Really beautiful. Really so accurate. And I don't know of another president who would speak this way. I really don't. Now, let's see here. We have AOC. AOC, first of all, she's frozen her eggs. Did you read that, Mr. Producer? She put out a video.
Alright, waiting to see if we get the press conference.
Can I say something to you folks? Seriously. If a woman is going to freeze her eggs, does she have to announce it? Does she have to discuss it in detail on a video? I mean, I find this so crazy. I find it all so crazy, to be perfectly honest with you. Some things you keep private. Do what you want, but do you have to announce that? She's 36 or 37, so she wants to have a baby or babies later in life. Later in life. Okay, why is that any of my business? You know, sometimes I don't want to know. Sometimes I just don't give a damn. I just don't.
That's just the excuse.
Anyway, here she is on about Francesca.
I know, it's always
Hung.
so
Francesca
personal,
Hung
isn't it? Close
is the
to your
Democrat who's going to
heart.
run for governor of Wisconsin. Wisconsin is not a dark blue state. It really is a marginal state. It can go red, it can go purple, and it does both. This woman's a nut. She's a radical, but she sounds like she's like a 3rd grader. And I'm convinced AOC and Bernie the Red Stalinist Sanders do not think she can win. And so they haven't endorsed her. Yeah, they're very busy, so there's only so many candidates we can endorse. That's BS.
Yeah.
They're not endorsing her because they don't think she'll win.
All you have to do is
They
hold
want to
on, I'll look
demonstrate
it
how
up.
powerful they are, you
I'll
know,
look it up.
by keeping their losses to a minimum. Let's go to cut 6, Mr. Producer. Go.
I think that a lot of these races, even right now, they'll have a tendency to be nationalized, but these races ultimately are local, and all politics are local. My understanding is that...
Wait a minute, where have we heard that before? All politics are local? Wow. Seems to me there was a Speaker of House from Boston who once said that. Big fat guy with white hair. You remember him, Mr. Producer? Go ahead.
Is that Francesca Hong has made clear her present stances to her electorate.
She's moved away from what?
Right, she's moved away from it. And I have a local city councilman that...
Wait a minute, I tweeted that? I tweeted that? About Thanksgiving? Well, you know, I've changed my mind as they dig up dirt on this woman. Because she's a real head case. Now, these aren't really
Some people in class are asking what are some of... Yeah, because we have investigators that actually... I know, and then the people who really just want to have some frozen for the future in case or whatever. How dare you stop them from doing that? We didn't say stop them from doing it.
No.
The criminal stuff, yes, but I mean, if they just want to freeze a few of their eggs for later on. Yeah, see how that's not the, how it, right, it gets turned into that. So what are some of the crimes some of you have been investigating over the years associated to those businesses aside from the breast milk? Dear Lord. So using frozen embryos or eggs outside of legal bounds depends heavily on state and national laws. Illegal actions generally include selling biological material for profit in countries with bans, destroying or discarding embryos in jurisdictions granting them personhood rights, or using genetic material without explicit consent.
Irish guy, been in Congress 20 years, was part of leadership under Pelosi.
So yeah, and then when they're doing that and they feel like they're really just helping people where it's banned in their countries and they just really want to have a baby.
And then the press got all excited, promoted her.
This is private talk, not public talk.
Basically put her on their
So
shoulders and
the public, has, kind of like with stem cells, they do it under an alias or different reasons. It's a life-saving. Right. So anyways.
AOC Cortez from the Bronx.
So there's a lot of different reasons they can get people to get into selling organs or embryos, breast milk, a whole bunch of stuff. Remember when the breast milk with these same groups it trended for a little bit and then it was like, oh, okay. People kind of realized. I mean, it's still a thing. You can buy it online, I think.
El Sayed's victory in Michigan say about the future of the Democratic Party?
I think that we are in a time of renewal.
Safe pasteurized donor human milk is available locally, even right here in Augusta, Maine, through the outpatient dispensary at Kennebec Pediatrics in partnership with Mother's Milk Bank Northeast, providing screened milk to bridge nutritional gaps for infants. So remember back around, right around that same time frame. Yeah, I know. I remember some of you investigating those things too. And when we mentioned David Wilcox's name, that motherfucker got scared and threw my phone. Yeah, and then he beat up a toddler in the tub, and the dog's leg blew up. Yeah, remember that? Yeah.
Excuse me, cholera. And she goes on. I'm freezing my eggs. I want to put off childbirth till later. I'm freezing my eggs. It's a time of renewal where we embrace
Eggman,
the 7th century barbarians and primitives and their treatment of women. Oh yes. And Marxism.
Penguin.
They killed 100 million people. That right now enslave people wherever it's thrived, like communist China. It's a time of renewal. We're renewing here.
I don't want to settle.
Sandy from Westchester.
Settle! Settle!
They got new energy. Oh, it's just unbelievable here.
I've had better.
Crackpot. I'll be right back.
Mark, open. 101.3 Augusta, 103.
So, safe pasteurized donor milk is available locally in Augusta, Maine through the outpatient dispensary at Kennebec Pediatrics in partnership with Mother's Milk Bank Northeast, providing screened milk to bridge nutritional gaps for infants, just in case you missed out the first time. Located at 6 East Chestnut Street. It's right up the road. Oh man. You remember that? Back when it was starting to boom, some of the investigators, different people, well, you try to fight fire with fire, and then it can backfire if you try to fight fire with fire, right? Remember the ads that went out, and they were showing, 8-year-olds sucking on their mother's tit, standing up and sucking on their tit. Disturbing, wasn't it? Oh yeah, and I mean they started heavy with the circumcision stuff. I mean they were just clouding the airwaves with a bunch of memes, pretty much. Potatoes. Potatoes. Oh yeah, I'm gonna make another coffee. I almost forgot. Until I went to take a sip. And I was like, oh yeah, I gotta make another one. Alright, got one in Bath, Maine. They use pasteurized donations to eliminate bacteria and viruses, unlike unverified peer-to-peer online sales. Right, so... No. I mean, for people to understand, we're not just shooting off our mouths for no reason. We're trying to help people understand some things. The investigations that were going on with that. Remember the Botox, the hepatitis shot, the vitamin K. I mean, people were so overloaded in the healthcare systems, different ones. I'm telling you, there was some, remember? I felt horrible. I'm not laughing when I talk about some of these things. But I think just because it was so weird and scary. Right, because when you had the concerns with the pathogens and bacteria that are in Botox, look up the injuries and deaths from Botox that they promote like crazy, and stem cells. I know you can handle it. Strong, healthy people that get the good stuff. Right, and then you promote it like crazy, like, oh yeah, I really feel great, amazing. And then they're getting the fucking junk. Their faces are all paralyzed. I wanted to get rid of my wrinkles. Oh, really? It's not funny, is it? I know you can't say we didn't try. Remember some of the parties they were going around to? 2006. Remember Chandra Ma, that psychic, and they were doing the jewelry parties and Tupperware, but it was fucking stupid. It was so fucking stupid. And the rainbow vacuum people, remember? We even joined one of the rainbow selling teams because it was so obvious, you know? I know. And Angelo ended up killing his poor father. Right, because those bitches were like snitches get stitches, smacking their gum at us when we told them they probably weren't going to get away with what they were doing. Oh man, it was messed up how they were playing these guys. They were so coked out of it, I mean, you couldn't get through to either side, really. I know, and then, yeah, we didn't stay in that too long. Market America was shortly after that. Yeah, I mean, we were already familiar with a lot of these loops and groups from the early 2000s and late 90s with like East Coast Marketing and Apex Marketing and Smokey's Carnival, and cartels, drug trafficking lines, 9/11 stuff. Yeah, it's not a fucking joke, and how certain people were targeted. Because it's just easy prey for some of these sales groups. It's like you're on a business list almost. You know how you get cards of people that are easier to fuck with? Yeah, you'll get away with it with them. I mean, if they even try to say anything, watch them get locked up. You'll get more likes and clicks on some of the other channels for the snapped stuff. Yeah, this is old school shit. Gotcha games from the 80s and 90s. You ever read any Ray Bradbury books or see any of his movies or shows? Short series stuff? I mean, we could name quite a few, actually. Yeah, no, I mean, thank goodness for a lot of those things, because we wouldn't be here talking to you if it wasn't for such good systems and programs that they've been trying to annex and promote dangerous shit, getting people killed. It's already been proven. They kind of went along with that back 2010. I'm gonna go make that coffee. Right, so I mean, you think of the issues that was getting brought up, I know, with some of your investigations, the breast milk stuff, Botox, some of the abortion clinics involved with some pretty sick stuff, and they got them all going, did they? I know, I start to frickin' almost throw up. Because it's so bad. Just the level of evil people and how fucked up. Just the abuse and neglect. The abuse and neglect alone is bad enough. And it's more shocking, yeah, when you see within those systems, state departments and child protective services, crisis and counseling. Wow. Wow. I mean, talk about some psychotic fucking people. A lot of hate. Oh, I know. Who's one to talk, right? Listen to us. Okay? That's what we try to get through. Other people realize that too, this back and forth we're having with a lot of the locals and different things. People in class, some of the classes, Mickey Mouse Club, stuff that comes through every once in a while. Yeah, we respond to it to help the other class members see those interactions and what really gets said, that they try to hide from the public. Blue 42. I got the Starbucks blonde. It's $7.99 at Shaw's. I was very excited about this. It's normally like $12. That was 50% off. Close to 50% off. I got more of the oatmeal cookie. I love the oatmeal cookie one. It's the premium instant Starbucks blonde roast with caramelly notes. Alexa, play some Halloween music.
The station, Halloween favorites.
Oh, I wonder if she'll do that. Alexa, play me the oldest Halloween music in the world.
Here's a playlist you might like. Happy Halloween for free on Amazon Music.
Is she not that smart yet? This is not the oldest Halloween song. It's interesting, yeah, because Halloween could have other words. What do you think of what it's based on? Have you ever seen The Headless Horseman? Yeah, like Sleepy Hollow. Yeah. Yes. There is no official first Halloween song, but Monster Mash by Bobby Boris Pickett, released in August 1962, is widely recognized as the first major pop hit written specifically for the holiday. Earlier novelty tracks and spooky jazz tunes like The Old Black Magic existed, but Monster Mash created the modern template for Halloween pop music. Alexa, play The Old Black Magic, 1943.
To play Black Magic whenever you want, try Amazon Music Unlimited for example. It's free for 30 days and $6.99 a month until you ask me to cancel. Terms in the Alexa app. You want to start the free trial and play Black Magic?
No.
Okay, here's a mix based on Black Magic by Young Metro on Amazon Music.
Alexa, volume 6.
Swing your legs, front way, back way. You know that I don't play. Streets not safe, but I never run away. Even when I'm away. OT, OT, there's never much love when we go OT. I pray to make it one piece. I pray. That's why I need a one dance. Got a Hennessy.
Alexa, what's the name of this?
This is One Dance, featuring Wizkid and Kyla by Drake. Wizkid and Kyla.
One more time before I go. Higher powers taking on me.
Alexa, play Monster Mash.
Here's a mix based on Monster Mash by Bobby Boris Pickett and Crypt Kickers on Amazon Music.
All those persons residing in areas where, due to unfortunate geographical conditions, are unable to participate in the exciting art of surfing. Exciting! You can get killed in one of those things! Speaking for the average guy, I gotta tell you this. If you ever so much as even try, you could end up on a critical list. You could even get a broken nose, crack your teeth, or split a lip. But to be a sensible surfer, you gotta be really hip.
Alexa, what's the name of this?
This is Simon the Sensible Surfer by Bobby Boris Pickett.
It's not. You can get killed on one of those things. You know what I mean? You think you can use a black eye, or maybe a busted kid, and head for the sea with a surf line. Let me know what hospital you're in. There'll be plenty of surfers around you, because that's where most of them go. But to be a sensible surfer, you gotta be really in the know. I believe that stuff. That's me. Am I crazy or something? You can get killed on one of those things. You know what I mean? Simon came to California with a surfboard on his car. I was in here 10 minutes, but I knew I'd come too far. He saw the riders falling off their surfboards one by one. They're carrying up in stretches. This ain't what I call fun. You mean that surf racers and wave chasers, they all need to stretch your ankles? That's what I've been trying to tell you. These surfer guys are nuts. So I just want to do the right thing. This'll take my good advice. Surfing really might swing if you use my new device. You don't really need the ocean. You like how it feels. You can even surf down Main Street. My surfboard's got wheels. Believe that stuff. That's me. Of course not. You can get killed with those things. You know what I mean?
Alexa, volume 4.
You know what I mean? That's a fun one.
Just keep you on the news cycle, keep you informed about situations.
I'm Deputy Chief Wayne Griffith, Investigations Group. We are here today to discuss two false shootings that occurred last week. This marks the 9th and 10th officer-involved shooting this year. I will begin with the incident that occurred on Thursday, August 6th. At approximately 9 a.m., officers responded to a robbery in progress in the parking lot of a business located at 3500 Sunnyvale Street.
Investigators determined the victim parked her white Porsche Cayenne outside the business while her 9-year-old daughter remained inside the vehicle. A man, later identified as 39-year-old Renard McFadden, arrived in a stolen F-150, approached the Porsche, threatened the child while indicating he was armed, and ordered her out of the vehicle. The child ran inside the business to alert her mother when the victim confronted McFadden. He again indicated he was armed before stealing the Porsche and fleeing the scene. The Ford 150 was left behind and was later confirmed stolen. The victim provided officers with real-time location information for the stolen Porsche through the vehicle's tracking application. Officers from multiple patrol divisions, covert units, and Air One coordinated to locate the vehicle and safely apprehend the suspect. At approximately 10:10, officers located the stolen Porsche in the 5800 block of Williamstown Road. Uniformed officers initiated a felony traffic stop, while a covert officer positioned his unmarked vehicle in front of the Porsche to prevent the suspect from leaving the area. The covert officer exited his vehicle, which was the partner handgun and moved toward a nearby residential yard. Officer Officer Rocha fired 4 rounds at the officer and McFadden. Officer Rocha recognized the individual was another Dallas police officer, ceased firing, and could be heard yelling.
Now comes out the allegations, and it's sad that he has that, and I'm like laughing about it, but sad to say, he lawyers up, has a pay lawyer or something. Him having that video will be the difference between him having his freedom and not.
Investigators recovered a loaded handgun inside the stolen Porsche. Additional evidence recovered from the vehicle is being examined as part of several ongoing violent crime investigations. McFadden is currently charged with unauthorized use of a motor vehicle, robbery, and unlawful possession of a firearm. Detectives are also pursuing additional charges related to other violent offenses under investigation. We will now show you the video of this incident.
This is pretty crazy here.
We'll roll her towards us when we're ready. We'll roll towards me and then up. It's sad to say this looks terrible. The spit guard, the whole harnessing them back so they're being restrained. And somebody, if this was like during the day, the metropolitan area, someone would see this like, oh my God, coming in at just this moment, not knowing what she said before,
Here we go.
the racist comments she's made, and how she's changed her story. Like I said, law enforcement always looks bad. We have to have the stomach for it because, sad to say, this is necessary. She needs to be hog-tied like this because she's uncontrollable and she keeps on spitting on people. And in her mind, I bet she actually thinks she did. In her mind, she was the victim, and
It's on the
right. Help them do that to a black woman. Scary stuff.
And so this is a chicken and egg issue, you see. Well, these people have a lot of one of the reasons they have a lot of women in the area is because
Don't let us get you out to steal your money. He is the only one who gets on sending money.
Bernie Sanders is an old star that's not everyone is background. I can tell you about him and what he really is. In any event, here he is to deface the nation at 7. Go.
I know that you haven't gotten involved in many governor's races with the exception of Maine, but Democratic Socialist Francesca Hall in Wisconsin is expected to win her Democratic primary. There's been some attention to some of her social media posts recently, but she has this platform of free childcare, state-run grocery stores, more healthcare subsidies. She wants to raise income taxes on millionaires. Some of this does seem to align with your platform, so I'm wondering, why don't you support her? Is some of what she supports too extreme for you?
Blowy, which she and her sister make up after arguing.
No,
a perfect example of what should
raising
happen.
taxes on the rich,
She sounded like
making sure that everybody in Wisconsin
female
always has
right
rights.
and 2 sons, reasonable to me.
Basically,
We have
just the
limited
comic
number.
of
Let's
the-
stop there a second.
I'm not
The
going to
top
make assumptions.
50%
The
of
worker said,
taxpayers
hey, you got to go and make an
97%
disruption.
of all
She
the
made it
federal
about
income
race and started destroying things.
The bottom 50%
That was the figure, right?
3%.
Everything changed. Instead of owning up to what she'd done, she doubled down, making things even worse by spitting on the cop. If she had taken a lesson from Louis and simply accepted responsibility for her
You need
act,
to understand this.
Having a positive message from like a father figure, from somebody
Let's be
responsible.
specific.
No.
actions, none of this would have happened.
From the
Something else
tax
stood out to me was her repeatedly bringing up that she's only 21, since she's
tax
not an adult. 21 is old enough to know better, and I find it
What was the guy chat? What was the? There was a video not too long ago where
taxpayers
there was like a
153.1
girl
million
complaining
tax
about like I think it was Twitch, like an
reported
event
earning nearly
where it's like, oh yeah, guy, he took
15.2
advantage of me.
trillion adjusted gross income.
I think they even gave like, oh, I was only 18, like very newly 18. It's like, yeah, but you're an adult, so you guys want to be treated as adults, or you guys want to be treated like kids in perpetuity.
The top 1% of taxpayers pay
that's the Kuno thing, right?
26.3%
Maybe I'm getting
average
mixed up.
rate.
I think you're right.
26.3.
Our children's show can teach an adult a
So they're
lesson
paying
about
about
accountability.
less than 30% of their income, 7 times higher
No, I think I
than the
genuinely think some people don't
3.7%
have
rate paid by the bottom half of taxpayers.
to grow up and become
That is 7 times higher than tax rate. The top 1% income share fell for the second consecutive year from 22.4% to 20.6%.
You want to be treated like an adult.
Federal income tax paid.
The same way. They think they're
Excuse me, the top 50% of all taxpayers pay nearly 97% of all federal income taxes.
They don't have the mental fortitude. Yeah, probably that. Time to raise the voting age? No, I don't think you need to raise the voting age. I think you need to have only net taxpayers. Their vote count. Also, a somewhat of a little like intelligence test.
Okay, the top 1%
somebody and say, hey, look, I like
paid
Biden, I like
40%
Kamala,
of
whatever
all
it
federal
is.
income
But
taxes.
what was Kamala's most
The
previous
top
position in
5%
politics?
paid
You don't know that she was
60% of all
VP.
income taxes.
You don't know that Joe Biden was a VP. You don't know, like, oh yeah, was Trump a
Top
senator,
10%
a congressman, or a businessman? Like, if you don't
over
know
70%.
the answer to simple stuff,
Insanity, folks.
what a Democrat is
Top 10%,
typically
top 25%.
progressive,
This is the data.
moderates,
Paid
or
over
this or whatever. Like, if you don't know the
86%
answer
of all
to
the federal
simple
income
civics test,
taxes.
I think you're now just
The
getting
top
lost out.
50%
Civics
paid
test, yes.
97%.
So,
All federal income
yeah.
taxes.
What if
The
you
bottom
were like
50%
a
paid
kid that
3%.
grew up in pod learning,
So again,
and you went to a
the top
when you're in a high school,
1%, the wealthiest,
and now you have your
pay
own
nearly
small
40% of all income taxes. The
HVAC
top
business is like you and your buddy go
5%
repair.
pay nearly 60% of all income
The
taxes.
caller reported that
The top
37-year-old
10%
Melo Munoz
paid over 70% of all income taxes.
with whom he
Top
has been in a
25%
dating relationship.
paid
Sergeant
over
John Arnold was the
86%.
first
The
Dallas
top
police
50%
officer
around
to arrive.
97%.
As
The
Sergeant
bottom
Arnold entered the apartment complex, a
50%
witness flagged him down and directed him toward the
Girl with
disruption.
her master's degree.
As Sergeant Arnold approached, he observed Melo Munoz run toward the victim and begin assaulting her.
Billionaires are
Sergeant Arnold gave Melo Munoz verbal commands, but did not comply. Melo Munoz then stabbed the victim multiple times. Melo Munoz ran from the area while armed with a knife, and Sergeant Arnold fired one round.
Today won't mean a thing.
Melo Munoz continued running and
I'm a
escaped
lover. I'm a mother. I'm a sinner. I'm a saint. I do not feel ashamed. I'm your elf. I'm your dream. I'm nothing in between. You know you wouldn't want it any other way. It's Medrith Brooks. Used to play on VH1 every morning.
Witnesses reported that Melo Munoz prevented her from moving and moved her to different areas of the apartment complex that armed with multiple knives. Investigators discovered
Just when you think you've got me figured out, the seasons already changing. I think it's cool you do what you do, and don't try to save me. I'm a bitch, I'm a lover, I'm a child, I'm a mother, I'm a sinner, I'm a saint. I do not feel ashamed. You know you wouldn't want it any other way. when you hurt, when you suffer, I'm your angel undercover. You know you wouldn't want it any other way. West Nile. Dusty. What about Tanisha?
Hits on Big 104. We are wrapping up another 30-minute Big Meal.
Running full of Jeffrey Dahmers. I mean, I've never
great man
but
drew
what
back
I would
from
say
him.
is
He had none of the people
the
of
same
distinction
way
on
you
his
could look
side.
at a religion of
Still trying
and
to
a
take
race,
him,
where it's like, hey, look, this race has a
Still
lot
trying.
of bad people in it. You're not
Well,
going to
works
say
the power of
the
Jesus
criminal
was
element of that
attributed to
race.
Satan. It was the leaders who said he does what he does by the powers of hell. Beelzebub,
They say
Satan.
the same thing with any religion.
And so they persecuted and martyred his
In the
followers
regular real world, you'd meet
and
people
called
of that
the
religion that
apostles
are almost like a lot of like
apostates and said they were worse than
a
heathen.
lukewarm Christians.
And in those early years of prayer developed, one like this,
A couple times, but they don't believe, they don't
the
live
followers
by
of
the
Jesus be
teachings
suddenly
of the Bible.
destroyed without hope and
There's a
blot
lot of
out the
people
book of
with
life.
religions that are that religion, they come from that place.
Such was the depth of the rejection and the scorn.
Opponents of the
And he ended up in that sorrow.
Related to a separate incident that occurred on August 5th involving the same victim. We will now show the video from August 7th.
Gives himself a pay raise. It hasn't been there in a year. How you do any of this for yourself once you have that money to pay yourself.
Inflicting grief on the enemies of Israel and the nations, as the prophet said he was going to do, he is himself a man of sorrows, literally pains, but not external pains, sorrow of heart in all its forms would be the Hebrew of that word. And then he was acquainted with grief of soul. He was a sad person. He was sad on the inside. You might look at it this way. The psalm is pathetic. Pathetic. Deep sadness. He cries, he weeps. There's no account anywhere in the New Testament that he ever laughed. Where is their great leader? Triumphant, victorious, full of joy, excitement, enthusiasm. Who is this man who's broken-hearted, weeping, sad, suffering pain? And of course, on top of that, there was the actual pain. And that was so bad, verse 3 says that he was like one from whom men hide their face. By the time he got to the cross, he was marred more than any man. Verse 14 says of chapter 52, crown of thorns crushed on his head, blood running down his body, flies cloaking him in his nakedness, hanging in the open sun on the cross, nails to his hands, marks from the lashing and whipping, spit dried on his face and his body, bruises from punches in the face, and beatings with sticks. The reality of his suffering just doesn't fit the picture of Messiah.
There is a man that's hitting my mom.
They didn't think of Savior.
Says there's a man that's hitting my mom. 855.
To repentance.
It's a 911
He is totally
audio.
objectionable. So, he's like one
The
from
Dallas
whom men hide their
shooting.
face. Someone so grotesque, so deformed,
Which one?
so ugly, so
The ones we're
objectionable that
talking
you
about
don't
right
even
now.
turn to look.
9 a.m.
It's too embarrassing, it's too shameful, it's too ugly, it's too horrible, it's too unforgettable. You don't want that
Let's
image.
just ask you what's the address.
That's the ongoing attitude.
855 Park Lane. What apartment?
He's hideous
Unintelligible.
as a Messiah.
There is a man
So,
that's hitting my mom.
into verse
What apartment?
3. He was despised, and we did not esteem him. That's a very benign phrase, that last one.
We already filed a report against that person. Do you live with him right now? No, I live on my own, but right now he is hitting her outside in the parking lot, outside of the apartment.
and he is not letting her go. What is his name? He has a knife. His name is Isidoro.
I thank the Lord that many Jewish people, one by one, are coming to Christ through all this church age and saving from their ways. I'm seeing and make this confession. I know some people may say, well, this sounds like it's kind of anti-Jewish.
This is scary stuff, man.
Confession. This is a confession of the Jews in the future day when they look back and realize what they have done. This is a Gentile assessment. Jewish assessment.
Oh my gosh, look at the tattoo on his arm.
Get off of her! The worst sin imaginable. You're going to shoot you. Get off of her! And these are words that you need to speak. Yeah, what it does,
oh yeah.
Get off of her!
I thought it was...
You need to say these same words now. True worship. So the fountain of cleansing can be open to you. Get off of her! Until the time that they believe in the future, and maybe the near future. Romans 1:16, I'm not ashamed of the gospel of Christ, for it is the power of God unto salvation to all who believe, to the Jew, first and to the Gentile. I want to close in the last minute or two by having you turn to Acts 3. Acts chapter 3, verse 17. This is
yo, there's crazy people out there.
After the sermon at Pentecost, in the days of the early church. Such a great sermon.
Holy guacamole.
Verse 13, Peter says, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, your God, the God of our fathers, has glorified his servant Jesus, the one whom you delivered and disowned in the presence of God when he had decided to release him. You disowned the holy and righteous one. You asked for a murderer to be granted to you, Barabbas.
Crazy.
The Prince of Life, the one whom God raised from the dead, a fact to which we are witnesses. And on the basis of faith in his name, it is the name of Jesus which has strengthened.
So I'm saying, man, like random attacks, man.
Which comes through him has given him the perfect health and the presence of you all.
Voy a empezar con el primer incidente.
You take the responsibility for rejecting.
Estamos aquí hoy para discutir los tiroteos que involucraron a oficiales y que ocurrieron la semana pasada. Esto marca el 9º y 10º tiroteo que involucra a oficiales este año. Comenzaré con el incidente que ocurrió el jueves 6 de agosto. 9 de la mañana, los oficiales respondieron a un robo en curso en el estacionamiento de un negocio ubicado en la cuadra 30.
Alright, so I'm gonna kind of go forward a little bit because speaking in Spanish, if people can go back to the other one or listen and get somebody to translate. The majority of people on the channel are watching English, however there is Spanish speaking viewers, no disrespect whatsoever. Let's go to where he goes back and
if you choose to commit a violent crime
That is literally what Jesus said when he was dying on the cross. Father, what?
who will find you,
Forgive them.
who
They
will
don't know
arrest
what
you,
they're doing. They're
and who will hold you
ignorant. They're down in
accountable.
unbelief. Repent,
In these
return,
cases,
that your sins
we are
may be
talking
wiped
about a
away. Then what will
9-year-old
happen?
child
When
being
you
threatened,
turn and you
doing a
repent and your
robbery,
sins
and
are
a
wiped
woman
away,
being
the
stabbed
times
multiple
of
times.
refreshing will come.
That's crazy.
That's the kingdom. That's the kingdom. Because he will send Jesus, the Christ, appointed to you. That's his second coming to establish his kingdom. Heaven must receive him now until the period of the restoration of all things about which God spoke by the mouth of his holy prophets from ancient times. The kingdom, again, the promised Abrahamic covenant, Davidic covenant, the prophets reiterated, salvation and all the kingdom promises. They will come when Christ returns. Christ will return in the times of restitution, the times of restoration, the
We
times
will
of
never
refreshing.
stop holding
When
ourselves to a
you
higher
repent,
standard.
when you repent.
We make,
Verse 24, he says, all the prophets who
in
have
these
spoken
cases,
from
we are talking
Samuel
about a
and his
9-year-old
successors
child
onward.
being
And
threatened,
as these
doing a
days
robbery,
begin
and a
to
woman
pass,
being stabbed
and you
multiple
are
times.
still the sons
That's
of
crazy.
the
This kind of
prophets
violence is
of the
unacceptable in
covenant
our
which
city.
God made with your fathers, saying to
Bella
Abraham,
Munoz
in your seed all the
ran
families
from
of
the
the earth
scene
shall be blessed.
after this woman was stabbed.
For you first,
He was found the next
raised
day,
up his servant.
arrested,
That's
and he is now in custody with an ICE detainee.
Oh.
These
Oh.
are the 10 officers involved shootings this
You
year.
killed the Messiah.
We
But
take
God
this
is not
seriously.
finished with you. Every critical incident in is an opportunity to examine what happened, strengthen our training, and get better. We will never stop holding ourselves to a higher standard. But make no mistake, our officers are confronting violent offenders every single day, and we are going to continue taking those offenders off the street of doubt.
People are doing everything they can and still cannot get ahead. Susan Collins keeps telling us everything is just fine. Who has she served? She has served Donald Trump. She has served herself. We are getting screwed, and I'm running to change that.
If you are committing violent crime in Dallas, understand this. You can run. But you are going to use every resource that we have to find you.
Can't hide.
We'll take questions.
Here's how John answered that.
Robert can't hide.
Studio some years ago. If we had only the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, or Matthew, Mark, and Luke, or Matthew,
Very stressful situation.
no other Gospel.
What is
If
going
we had
on?
the story of Christ,
Unfortunately,